Hello, what's up, what it do, so fam? Welcome to Readings by K&M Witchery. I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe, for those of y'all who may not know, and this is your super in-depth, channeled, love-based pick a card on their honest thoughts and feelings about you, whomever it is that's on your mind that you're curious about. Keep them in your mind as you gander at these decks. Here's what to expect, all right? We're going to deep dive into their current state regarding you, them, as well as this connection through their perspective, okay? So by deep dive, I mean we're going to be channeling into their utmost blunt truth about you and your situation. I'm personally leaving it open to spirit to come through and allow me to channel whatever it is that you require to know about your person right now. Keep in mind, y'all, as always, we're 100 at K&M Witchery, okay? So this will include the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the advice, the anything and everything that you need right now. So please just use your discernment. Okay, soul fam, remember that this is a YouTube reading after all, so if you are interested in your very own reading, book with me directly at knmwitchery.com. It is the only place you could ever book with me. So now, let's dive into it, all right? I want you to really think about the person that you'd like to receive messages about through this pick a card reading today. Which pile is standing out to you? Or perhaps there's more than one. Trust your gut. Follow your gaze. Listen to any numbers that might stand out in your mind. And just remember to hit like and subscribe on your way down to the chapters below where you can select your pile. And I'll see you on the other side. Hello. What's up? What it do? Pile 1, thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. I do hope that the messages found in today's reading and any other reading that you click on in this video or on my channel, that it offers you whatever it is that you need. I have a slight confession. I started recording this already for y'all. Honestly, it was maybe just a couple, 3.5 minutes in. So I'm going to talk about the cards that already came out in that initial reading because I feel like they're really pertinent to how this person honestly thinks and feels about you. But just in case you skipped the intro, a quick recap, what to expect outside of the obvious of what I just mentioned. We're going to find out what's going on with your person. Everything that you need to know, okay? More so on a general basis, we are going to dive into specific details as they're willing to come up. But after that, we're going to get some channeled messages that are specific from your person to you. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, from jump, and remember, I recorded this once already. The energy between y'all is, oh my God, the best way that I could describe it is it's a tornado on a sunny day. There's so much energy and beauty and power and anxiety and overthinking and also just love and magnetism. It's like anything that, like, when you guys have the ability to be together and maybe you're in distance or something, but like when there is that connection, whether it's through text, I do think that there is some contact between y'all. There has to be, and we'll dive into why shortly, pile 1. But there is this, like, think of that tornado, right? It pulls everything into it and twists it up and pulls it into the air, and it's like you can't ignore that. Like, neither you, your person, or anybody else that witnesses this connection can deny that there's a lot between y'all. Now, how people react to that is their own choice and perception, I guess. But yeah, you might have some lovers and haters about this connection too. I don't know why that just came in, but maybe it'll come up again later. Okay, let's dive into the cards that came out so far, okay? Hopefully this new little setup allows you to see everything. I didn't really want to leave my couch today, to be completely honest with you. So I was like, I'll just set myself up here, and I kind of like it better than the original. I don't know, but let's just dive into y'all. So first we have the Strength card. I do have the imagery blocked as needed for YouTube guidelines. Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, the Two of Coins, the Two of Wands, the 10 of Coins, and last but definitely not least, the Empress. I'm just going to shift this over a little bit. And see, like, I'm feeling this anxiety again the more that I just start channeling into this energy, and we are just beginning. I'll tell you this. This person really sees you, and I don't know what verbiage they might use. They may not use soulmate. They may not use twin flame. They may not use the one. But they just, they're enamored by you. There is a little bit of grief peeking through, so I'm curious if something's going to come out in the channeled messages. But as far as their honest thoughts and feelings about you and how they perceive you, soul fam, you are incredibly powerful. You are someone who has their shit together. And remember, this is their perception, okay? Subjective to them, your person, about you. So you may not fully agree. You might be like, what, Kat? I am an absolute mess. Honestly, same, I get it. But they find your imperfections perfect. And that might be a little bit scary to hear for some of y'all. One thing I forgot to mention that I had in the first upload, or not upload, take, I guess. There was a channeled song for y'all. It's by Russ. And it's Losing Control. So someone here might be a fearful avoidant. There is a difference between a fearful avoidant, also known as disorganized attachment style, and a dismissive avoidant, okay? They might look at you, I honestly think that it's more towards you, the viewer, that they're viewing you as someone whom is distrustful of them, that... Let me pull up the lyrics to this song. I can't play it due to guidelines and all. This is the second time I also said guidelines in this reading. So this person might also be very picky, I guess. Maybe not picky, but like specific, very careful, very like calculated about how it is that they approach you and everything, because they just want to make you feel comfortable or something. Okay. Losing Control lyrics. Oh my God, no, I do not want to accept your cookies. Can you just give me the lyrics, please? She's falling in love now, losing control now, fighting the truth, trying to hide, but I think it's all right, girl. Yeah, I think it's all right. She's falling in love, but she doesn't think he'll catch her, because her last relationship was a disaster. Accusations every day. She didn't know why. All her calls would be ignored. He's on his own time. Should have ended it before it started. All she ever got was brokenhearted. He was cheating on her, trying to flip it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so definitely, oh, y'all can't really see this. But check out the lyrics, because this might honestly kind of foretell your past experiences either with another person or with this person. We finna call a spade a spade. Okay? Because this is the second time I was recording this and there's about to be a freaking third because my battery's about to run out. Well, I'm not gonna do it over, but I'm gonna like, continue where we left off. Y'all could have been in an on and off relationship. Take it as it resonates. But at this point in time, this person's really kind of trying to balance out their... I like that the Two of Coins and Wands came out here, because for one, Wands, spiritual body. coin's physical body. They want to ground this spiritual connection between y'all two into the physical. And what's really beautiful about the imagery here is that there is like this offering here to like little kiddos, to innocent beings, right? Like they wanted like kind of like take care of you, I guess. And because there's two kids, there's something here about taking care of both sides of you. That's actually so beautiful. Like, shut up. I mean, we're all made up of light and dark, right? But this person wants to love on your shadow too and give you something really like stable. If this person has money, they may be willing to offer it to you. And it's not even just about finances, okay? I mean, if it is, it is, but it's more so about the stability, right? The 10 of Coins energy is the finality of the finality of the lessons that one sort of physical experience in your human experience was meant to teach you. And this person doesn't really want you to struggle anymore when it comes to how it is that you find stability in the here and now. I just heard something really interesting, that this could be your energy that I'm tuning into right now, so you might like want to flip it. I should have added that as a caveat, but if you do find that I'm reading your thoughts about your person, you guys just might be mirroring this almost identically to each other and just want to give each other like all the stability and love and like loving, like care. Oh my God, like if that's the case, like please say something to each other already. Like that would be crazy. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Or this is about you, in which case choose another pile to get messages from your person to you, you know? But anyways, I mean, if you're liking this, give it a like, you know, let me know, y'all. See, okay, so one thing that I really like about the energy about this person towards you is that they are really playful. They care very deeply about you, but it's also kind of, I don't know, I want to say it's more deeply rooted within them too. Meaning like they're not always going to be so willing to show it. Maybe they are a little bit more stoic or not really sure how to like express themselves emotionally as much. Like there's a lot of stable energy here with strength too. But there's something about this connection to you. And it's interesting. Oh, Temperance came out. Nope, I heard keep shuffling. What's this? The Knight of Pentacles. See? This person wants to give you some form of physical offering, but they're hesitating. Look at this dude's face. Look at his face. He's just like side-eyeing, like, like, is she ready? Is she ready? There's a side-eye even from the horse. Like, yo, like, stop overthinking this and just like give it to her already. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing in this imagery here? That's funny. With Temperance out here, this to me is just plainly, it's divinely guided. I want to say that this is an incredibly beautiful connection that I'm tapping into today. And I am awfully curious as to why the absolute F there is silence or like a distance or a hesitation between y'all. Now, for a minute few of you, I don't want to necessarily like, you know, remember this is a YouTube reading after all, okay? But some of you might be in a relationship with them right here and right now, and this is them wanting to like take it to the next level. Like, I mean, like propose to you. Like the offering to you could be a ring to give you that stability, maybe give you some kids, you know, it could be that. Maybe this person really desires that with you. I kind of noticed how my voice like quivered on desired. Like it gives them a lot of anxiety how much they love you. Like it's kind of insane. And when I just looked at the timer too, it was 12:12. I don't know if that's relative to anyone. We have the Chariot. They kind of want to be your knight in shining armor, I guess. Like this is a woman though too, right? So, I mean, genders, however it is that y'all want to read this, make it your own to your connection, right? There's no gender in tarot, but maybe if this is a woman, your person is a woman. They want to be the one to nurture you, to kind of like save you, but in a feminine way. Be there for you in a, just to be your peace, I'm hearing. And of course, if this is a man, to be the one that saves you, like straight up, like knight in shining armor vibes, but they are hesitating. Well, I mean, if you're going from the Knight of Pentacles and you're trying to approach the Queen of Pentacles, I too would hesitate. Maybe they don't think themselves enough to be a king, whatever that's supposed to mean. They might have you a bit on a pedestal, I would say. The Magician is out here too. They might think you're incredibly magical. They might believe that there is some form of like manifestational pull between y'all. I'm seeing two magnets right now, Spirit is showing me. I keep hearing try again, try again. This could be, for most of y'all in here, I think you're currently in separation or minimal contact, or like maybe like newly dating or something. I don't know, but it's more beginning stages, and or just starting out, just planted some seeds. Like, I don't know, it feels new for the majority of you, like 80% of y'all tuning into Pile 1, and then like, yeah, the other 20 of y'all, I mean, a lot of y'all probably won't resonate, it would have clicked off by now, let's be honest, but like, you know what I'm saying here, are those that are like about to level up their relationship from like dating to engagement or engagement to marriage, etc., etc. But this person's manifesting you, and they want to make it right. They might be an earth sign. So who's that? Taurus, Capricorn, Aries. Not Aries. Am I okay? I mean, but because Aries came out, so Aries might have something to do with it. Who's the last? Oh my God, please stop yelling at me. It's Virgo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse. All right. But they just want to make it right. They want to approach you like with such precision, with such clarity. I like it. I honestly, you might be sitting here going like, just like approach me already, just say it already, or like just give it to me already, or like whatever it is with your personal situation, right? But to contradict that impatience in you, soul fam, I like it. I like that they're hesitating. I like that they're feeling the inspiration, the motivation to move forward, and yet that they're still like, but is it right? Because they care and respect you that much to do that. People who don't care would, and it's not to say that you can't have any like spontaneous times with this person, right? But someone who takes their time on you, to learn you, to read you, to see you, to make sure that you're happy. There's so much tenderness here. Shut up, the 10 of Cups? Who are you people? I mean, good for you. I would only hope for a love like this. Are you kidding me? If someone could look at me like this, please, if you do, let me know. I mean, who knows, right? When you're open to love and yet don't date. Say it on a YouTube video like, hey. That's funny. Anyways, that was weird. Okay. So finally, the truth came out here that kind of confirmed the hesitation that I keep feeling from them, right? They're definitely overthinking how it is that they are to approach you or something. There is a lot that's still buried that I feel needs to be communicated. What I'm getting really pulled to, beautifully speaking, and I don't know if this is intentional by the artist, but I'm getting pulled to a lot of these like protective eye here, the evil eyes. Hopefully the camera is picking it up well enough, but nevertheless, with the 9 of Wands, there's a lot of resistance here too. Something about 3s as well. So honestly, maybe you guys got together or broke up or something like 3 times, or maybe even 6 times. Oof. I mean, hey, no judgments. No judgments at all. But this does feel different right now. It really does. But they're hesitating. They're hesitating. So what's going on with them? Let me pull from the Fountain Tarot here to learn a little bit more about them, okay? Because how it is that they think and feel about you is extraordinary, to be honest. You know, like lovingly jealous at the way that this person longs for you, appreciates you, respects you, is tender about you, definitely finds you hella attractive. Like the person wants to give you like full emotional fulfillment in the physical, like, oh my gosh. And like, lest we forget the Empress out here, she's the queen of all queens. You're someone that they want to ground their livelihood in. There's a lot of 18 plus stuff coming through right now. My nose is itching to it. I'm not going to speak on it, but if you guys would maybe want like an 18 plus or something one day, let me know. I may have to hide it just for Patreon. I don't know, but let me know. I don't know. Let me know. Okay, what's going on with them? Because like, this seems so fine and dandy, you know? So I want y'all to tickle my curiosity here. What? Oh, 4 of coins. Okay. So a couple of things coming up, right? They may aspire and manifest desire to give you their all. I just literally heard Mariah Carey's "I'll Give My All." And yet maybe they're hesitating because they're like, but what if it's not enough? But what if, oof. Well, shoot. A deep dive we just had made. All right. I am sensing some deep wounding from their childhood. This is feeling very old, very almost forgotten. Someone in their life, now this could be due to a variety of reasons, okay? It doesn't always have to be the worst of the worst. Perhaps maybe this could be a loss of a person or a pet or something, someone that they love dearly. Could even be a breakup that really wounded them, I guess. It could be divorces from their childhood between their parents or something. Like, it could be so many different things. So we're not going to pry into all of those details. This is a general reading, okay? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, y'all. But point is there is something that is deeply wounded within them that makes them feel as though they might either be forgotten or not be perceived as worthy enough or something. And so they're keeping more to themselves as a form of protection. It's interesting because, I mean, whatever avoidance I was picking up earlier with that song download, Russ, Losing Control. That's the song name. I'm just not gonna sit here and like rap to y'all. You know what I mean? But whatever avoidance is coming through is really being mirrored out of this person right now. Tell us more. What does the soul fam need to know about their person, please? The Fountain. I always laugh when this card comes out. It is specific to the Fountain deck, but this is very much Eckhart Tolle, the power of now type of energy. That's the way that I always pick it up. Highly recommend reading that book for anyone interested, by the way. But what it ultimately tells you is to ground yourself with the understanding that everything happens as it's meant to, timely. We shouldn't hesitate. I mean, there's a lot in there. 6 of coins. I keep hearing just say it, just say it. I think they're fighting themselves right now to share something. But what's beautiful, Spirit is letting me know that, like, should they come out with this conversation, this thing, whatever it might be that they have to say, it is going to be well received, well reciprocated. There's a really beautiful exchange of energy, a really beautiful sense of like back and forth. There is like, they're gonna talk, then you're gonna talk, then they're gonna speak, then you're gonna speak, then they're gonna express something and write back, and vulnerabilities will like be shared back and forth in like a really beautiful like harmony, and like, wow, this conversation seems really nice in the future. Why am I speaking like that? Did you guys notice that? The Lover's card on the bottom? With the Hanged Man. I heard stop. Okay, so no more cards on that. But I mean, they're really working on rebalancing themselves for you. I think, wow. It's like high key a turn on. But when someone like chooses to really truly better themselves, I'm not even going to say that it's for you necessarily. You are the goal, not to objectify you at all by any means, because that this person is definitely not doing that. Like they've got their eyes set on you. Like they love you. Like whether they said it or not, like I don't know, but like if this is a man, like they say that like men know the woman that they're gonna marry in like the first like X amount of dates or minutes or whatever the heck they say. I don't know, the times always change, but they know early on, right? So, but I think that kind of happens to us all, gender aside. Like when we know, right? But it's are we open to it? Are we ready to experience that type of a love, that type of acceptance? Or do they mirror that wounding within us back and forth, right? Through our auric fields, everything gets exchanged, especially if you have some Bible time. You know, little bedtime Bible time. Y'all get my drift here, you little nasties. And that exchange is like even deeper. So if there was a physical exchange between you, then just know that they they love you. There's some connections that y'all you can't ignore. And with the fountain here, it's like everything in the here and now is here and now. I don't know. This is a very big just be energy. But with that Four of Coins, with all of this resistance and hesitation and overthinking and like blocking themselves, and like again, there's something about like sixes and threes. I don't know. But they're really trying to turn their perspective around, their world around, to be a healthier version. I think because they have the awareness within themselves that maybe they do lack something that you're very dominant in, or that you're very grounded in. I mean, they think the literal world of you, right? And it's interesting that you're kind of like their motivating point. You're the strength to them. The Strength card was the very first card that came out on how it is that they feel about you. So they've identified their lack. That's what causes the overthinking and the hesitation. But they're working through it. They're grounding through it. They're doing some self-help. They're focusing inward right now. Like all time and space reality is just being like, so that they can work on themselves. Like this is really good energy. With the Hanged Man here as well, I mean, they're really introspecting. They're seeing things from a different perspective. I think you may have honestly like opened up, like I'm just hearing zing. Did you guys ever watch Hotel Transylvania? There's like a zing moment between them, like they gaze between the two. I think it's like a vampire and like a redhead. And they zinged, they looked at each other and they're like, ah! And it was love at first sight. Now, whether y'all believe in such concepts or not is I mean, that's your opinion. But very quickly has this person realized that they are so into you, that they like you wow. And so they want to be maybe not even the best. Hopefully, I mean, if this person overthinks it that much, then shit, they may never approach you. But if they are more willing to, I don't know, accept that everyone has flaws, everyone's made up of that light and darkness. If they see that within you, it's very interesting that they're not really so accepting to like share that with you too, but maybe they want to be that provider for you. So they want to like overheal themselves to be the one that's your rock. And so, you know, but I don't know. I guess what I hope, at least for your person, not that it's any of my business or say, but I do hope that they find themselves worthy enough regardless of any states, because we all go through difficulties in life and we all deserve someone to take care of us sometimes as needed too, you know. And it's beautiful that they have the intention to take such care of you, but I wonder if they'd be open to also be taken care of, right? And I think that's what they're looking to rebalance within themselves, because again, someone once upon a time shut them out, made them feel unworthy, made them feel like there's this sparkle about them that isn't special. And yet you came out here and said, no, I love this thing about you, like tell me more. Like I just like, and it just blew their fucking world. Whew. Nice little stretch. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset the table. I'm going to cut the camera because I'm going to put in a new battery and stuff anyways, and we're going to get some in-depth channeled messages from your person to you. Let me know how this is resonating for you so far down below, and I'll see you in 3, 2, 1. Let's get into the channeled messages portion of your reading. I got pulled to the mini Hermit Tarot and the TrueBlack Tarot, I think that's what it's called. So let's start, apparently, because I mean, with the Ace of Swords on the table already, they are ready to talk. We have the Star card, Temperance, Hierophant, wow, with the King of Wands. Sheesh. Wow, with a knot on the bottom of the deck. Maybe. What does Soul Fan's person want them to know? What do they want to tell them? What do they want to say? With their higher self's permission, please tell us everything that they want the Soul Fan to know right here, right now. Maybe a little vessel of messages for you today. That'll be fun. We'll see how it works out. Where are you? There's this. I was curious. I thought there was maybe another card in here that flipped over, but I guess not. I guess not. You want to come out too. Let's play. Fuck it. All right. So we have to move things over. Maybe. We have, you are so beautiful. Why do you need me? Which clarifies the messages from earlier. We have, I want you. Another beautiful clarification. We'll take it. I'm too afraid to talk to you. Dare I say another clarifier. I love when this happens. But also we'll see what really comes through when I tap into them too, okay? I would do anything for you. Wow. I still don't have all the answers. I can't even look at you right now. I'm obsessed with your body. That's that Queen of Coins energy coming through, and that Empress. Yeah, they admire you. You do have weight. And I said put this last. Okay. Or I heard. Sorry. Anyways. I could be your hero, baby. Yo, is this not the night of shining armor energy too. You see me shuffling in this, right? Like you know that this isn't just some sort of like facade and gimmick. Like this is crisis. It's crisis. It's a me. Oop, oop. That's the sound of the police. There is someone else. Interesting. What can I do here? For the sake of guidelines, yo. Again with the guidelines, but I want to keep the card out. We're gonna know what this is. We're gonna know what that is. Yeah, we'll do that. Get it? Okay. Anyways. What do they want to tell you? Well, for starters, regardless what your gender is, they think that you are just the most beautiful specimen to ever exist. I feel like they can be quite analytical, very witty. This person leans on their logic and their conscious mind, perhaps even their ego to protect them a little bit, but they're befriending it. You're their wish fulfillment. With the Star and Temperance here, it's like you are their dream come true personified. They're astonished by you. How could someone like you even exist? It doesn't make sense. In fact, you're so infatuating to them that they can't look at you. They're afraid of what they'll feel when they do. And then what? Then they're just going to want to pour everything into you, but what if that's not enough? And it's not to say that they expect you to be a taker. But what if there's something that you need that they don't have the answer to? What if there's something that you need that they can't afford or give you or help invest in and make come true for you? This person wants to provide everything. Now this part may not resonate for everyone. Use your discernment. If you know, you already know. If it doesn't feel good, it's not for you. But I have to say, remember that 3 energy that we were picking up? They might be resisting because there is somebody else. Maybe they've cheated. Maybe they're unsure. Maybe they keep avoiding their feelings for you in someone else. Maybe they don't want to let go of their player ways so much, and yet for you, they want to change that. You give them some form of weird inspiration, weird inkling, this desire to settle down. But are they worthy of it? Sometimes they think about an entire lifetime with you. How that could look like. What that could birth. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe it will just be you and perhaps an animal or two and an entire skyline full of opportunities. I think this person thinks about you when they're driving. Usually when we drive, we lose ourselves anyways, and we can't even remember how it is that we got home, but the thought of you takes them home, keeps them safe. I think this person wants to tell you all about their day, the good and the bad. But they can't make you any promises right now as much as they want to. Trust me, they want the most solid connection with y'all that is also very passionate. You know how some people say the most bogus statements that, my ball and chain as soon as they get married, and they hate their wives and their husbands, but not this connection. No, this connection is real. I think that's why it scares them. I notice my throat scratch a little bit as I connect to their energy. They can't, they're overwhelmed. You light their soul on fire, and yet they can't put it into words. It's like you get them giddy and anxious and childlike, and also like I think your ability to make them so happy and hopeful for a future is simultaneously the thing that they're afraid won't work out, or that they may not be deserving of, or something. I mean, hey, we talked about some of those woundings already, but could be why they're holding back. Hoping you would wait for them anyways. This person could receive a solid yes from you when they're ready to even approach. They will drop anything and everyone for you, I think, in a heartbeat. And honestly, I think that they will stick by you no matter what. I think this person knows when they've made a decision about someone, they're like, you. Like, I want you. That's it. This is what I want. And it's not settling. It's being reborn. It's living life with someone that you love. A best friend that you can what? How when? Should this really be true for you? I'm really happy for you. I meant what I said. I wish for a love like this too. This sounds beautiful. If only they can just get out of their own way though, huh? Are there any other channeled messages that would like to come through today? I heard yes. Okay. Let's see here. What do they want to tell you? I heard no pixies. All right. What do they want to tell the soul fam? What does the soul fam need to hear, please? What does the soul fam need to know? I just heard keep on shuffling. No problem. I also heard pop out, so we'll see what happens with that. What does the soul fam need to hear, please? What do they want the soul fam to know? What does the soul fam's person want them to know? Literally any day now. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have mask. Not showing true feelings. Hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Kind of want to say, duh. We've already identified this energy here. But they do want to let you know that what it is that they are showcasing to you, if at all, if there is any silence between y'all, if there is any of this weird like behavior or something, that it's not personal. It really is. It's not personal to you, I want to say. It's personal to them. They're just working through something, but like it's not because of anything negative that you're doing or not doing or saying or not saying or like whatever. It's just that they're so infatuated and enamored by you and they love you that they want to just be so right for you, that they're right now working on themselves. And they don't want, I don't know, this person really just doesn't want you to see them at their lowest, at least maybe not in the beginning. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. Again, I do hope that like they can open up to like, you know, being cared for when they need to, but at least as of right now, they're not open to that, and hence they have a mask up, right? They're avoiding how it is and who it is that they really are right now to you. I don't think that this is going to be a forever thing. We'll see what else is out here, but whoever needs to hear this again, the way that they're reacting right now, the way that they're acting right now, please don't internalize it and think it's you. It is you, but like in the most positive way, because they're like, oh my God, Pawan is just so amazing. They're so incredible. They're like literally my dream come true. Like, and you might be sitting here going like, what do you mean? I'm like so imperfect. And they're like, yeah, but I love those imperfections. Like this person, obsessed with you. Do, 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 do. All right, what else do we have? We have the dragonfly. I love this energy. I had a dragonfly that was like circling around me like multiple times the other day, and it was so beautiful, and it was like a giant green one, and oh my God, spectacular. And what's really beautiful about the dragonflies is they're incredibly fierce. A lot of people may or may not know about this, but for one, they're born in water. So their reality is completely different. Kind of similar to how a caterpillar has all of these legs and they live about on trees or twigs or whatever, and eventually they get into a cocoon, right? Well, that breakthrough phase for the dragonfly is them flying for the first time and leaving that water and seeing the world for the first friggin' time. And also, whew, becoming like the predator of the insect family. If they're insects, I don't know. I'm sorry. If there's like additional like words or names for these creatures, I'm so sorry. But anyways, from my very limited but like also cool spiritual knowledge about this, when it comes to the dragonfly, all of the other flies tend to run and hide because their accuracy rate is so incredibly high in getting their prey. I think they have like a 98% accuracy rate or something. I don't know, Google it, but like whatever. Or ask ChatGPT and see what comes up. But this person just wants to be that. I just heard that they want to be that accuracy to you, but I hesitated saying that because it didn't make grammatical sense to me, but they want to be your accuracy. Okay. And I think it's because you kind of gave them their wings. It's like you're like their angel or something. I don't know, but you completely transformed the way that they view themselves, the way that they view the world. All of that. You did that. What's the final card here? We have clock. Need time. Take time. And time cycles. Time to heal and progress. So they really hope that they can get their shit together as soon as possible, I'm sure. Because I am sensing some impatience here, but they want to get it right. They want to be right for you. I think it's beautiful. I really do. Also, during now, right now that I'm recording this, it is a Mercury retrograde. And picking up a lot of this hesitation, but like preparation, redo, reprioritize, reshift, and reconsider type of energy here from this person is really, really good, I would say. So good catch, pile one. Because I think they said all they needed to say. That's what I heard. I said all I needed to say. Okay, well that was quite the cutoff there. Before I let you go though, let's get you some advice. Do you want some advice here, Soul Fam? Let's get you some advice. We'll just clear this energy. I'll shuffle it out after. We can leave these guys out, why not? I just heard nope. All right, we are clearing it out. Thank you so much to your person. We are now disconnecting from their energy as they disconnected from ours. Like that was like an abrupt, like, thank you so much. I said what I needed to say, bye. Maybe that's like who they are as a person too. Oh shit, did I mistaken the decks? Of course I did. Everyone looks alike. All right. Goodness me. But that's okay. Whatever. Alrighty. Apparently this really needs to be nice and clean. Are y'all Virgos in here? I'm sorry that I forgot y'all last time, but alright. Cool. Let's do this. Thanks for kicking it with me, by the way. How is this reading? Please let me know if you have any criticisms as well about how I read or whatever. If you want to give me some constructive feedback, that would be really great. Or, you know, just let me know how you like it. If you do, preferably, I hope. If you're still here, like, why would you hate a reading and still tune in? That would be silly, wouldn't it? All right. Anyways, I digress. Am I hearing that's it? That's it? Okay. Well, this card wanted to come out, so we'll just keep that at the bottom. All right. So, advice for my beautiful pile one before we close out. Partnership, perception, intention, involution. The best advice to you is to mirror what your person is doing, and that is to take care of you. We mustn't approach their perspective about you through a lens of vanity, you know? Be humbled by their appreciation for you and never let that go. There's a reason why they'd fallen in love with you, or at least in a very deep, almost love, borderline infatuation with you. But I think it's healthy. I think it's, again, it's appreciative. We're not going anything crazy here. But never lose that aspect of yourself, you know, like keep evolving yourself, learning yourself, setting the intention for yourself. Discernment here. If you have been getting a little bit carried away with thoughts of this person because there is some silence between y'all and maybe you've been dabbling in a little bit too many of those tarot readings yourself and all. I mean, you're here for a reason. Hey, not that I'm not happy you're here or anything, but maybe it is a nice time for you to take a little bit of a step back, okay, as this resonates respectfully. And just get back to yourself, recenter yourself, you know. They're currently right now very much working on themselves. For themselves, I would hope, for you. So work on yourself to also be able to receive a love. Because here's the thing, right? I'm going to go back to that channel song because I do really think that it was for you, about you, babes. Okay, pile one. This is kind of giving me a fear of relationships, a fear of how this could be. There are three, I'm sorry, whatever these things are called. I completely lost. Hello? What are these things called? Vases? There's three of them. So you might be fearful of cheating, of someone being unloyal or something. With the perception card here, I love that it's depicted with the orchid because an orchid is like a stick. It just hangs out until it just starts sprouting these really beautiful flowers. And perhaps it's time to pour into yourself a little bit more. Seashells also signify a form of communication. So how it is that you speak to yourself, or how it is that you choose to perceive how it is that they think and perceive you, and perhaps maybe your perception about relationships and all of that, right? Like perhaps maybe be sure that whatever it is that you're pouring into how it is that you think about this connection, about anything else really, because this advice stretches beyond just this individual, okay? Pour into yourself. Understand that you can be reborn and go through a hermit phase and be reborn and go through a hermit phase over and over and over again. Because one thing that I will call out that I pulled about your energy as I was reading their perception about you, soul fam, is your kind of disbelief in how perfect they view you. And there might be this fear of showing yourself, because what if that illusion suddenly fades and they're like, well, if they find this or this about me, then maybe they won't love me anymore or find me as beautiful anymore, or something like that, right? Like, you guys are definitely reflecting some sort of woundings back to each other, okay? So go within and set a positive intention towards every connection that you come across, whether it be this connection or any other romantic connection, or platonic or professional or personal, or just in nature. You know, I consider nature a connection myself. Make sure it's something that helps you evolve, that brings and breathes life into you. And life may sometimes be difficult, yes, it's true, and sometimes people and experiences come into our lives, in fact, to shape us, right? Like, we think that they're disciplining us and consequencing us, but really they're offering us a hard lesson. But you can make these lessons easier on yourself should you change your perception about that, okay? Especially when it comes to any sort of partnerships and such like that, okay? And definitely just maybe take a break from, you know, any readings and such like that. I mean that with so much love, especially I'm out here making this reading, but like, you know, go inward. Maybe listen to some podcast that is completely outside of love. Maybe look into some self-help, or start a craft or hobby that you were kind of interested in, or, you know, pick up a class or like a quick little online program or something. Like, do something that's for you. And that energy as well, by the way, just a little nudge nudge, could actually speed up the process of having your person come to you. Not because you're doing that with the intention to have them return, but because time is, I mean, it's imaginary. It doesn't really exist, the construct of time, I mean, and that way you don't pay attention to how much time goes by with them talking to you or not talking to you, or working on themselves, or doing anything else, avoiding themselves maybe too, who knows, right? To sit here and wait and wonder would be such a silly use of your time. Honestly, when there's so much life to experience that you can do simultaneously. I mean, like, why treat this connection like the doctor's office? You know? Just have them buzz you when they're ready, and like, you can be outside like exploring the world or doing literally anything else. Nobody likes sitting in a doctor's office. Do you get the gist that I'm putting out here for y'all? I heard yes, and then I also heard my snaps. So when Spirit gives me that, it means that, well, the messages have been delivered. So, ooh, pile one. Thank you again so much for choosing to be here. I hope you let me know about your resonances in the comments, or just a little like. Please subscribe. I'm going to be more and more and more active on here. But be sure to check out also my TikTok and my Instagram and everything else that's going to be in my little link tree. Just scroll down to the description. You'll find it. If you want to book a reading with me, if you want to join Patreon, all of that is all down there. But without taking any more of your time, thank you so much again, pile one. If I don't see you in another pile, I do hope to see you in another video or somewhere soon. Much love. Peace. Hello. Hi, what's up? What it do? Pile number two. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. I do hope that the messages found in today's reading find you well, are most accurate to you, although remembering, of course, this is a general reading on YouTube, so only take what's for you. Leave the rest for another. If you're ever interested in booking with me directly for something more precise and concise to you, knmwitchery.com is the only place you could ever book with me. All right, my babes. Okay, so pile two. Ooh la la. This card flew out. I have no idea what it is. The Spirit was like, take it, leave it. I was like, okay, cool. So that's why that's there. That's going to start the show, and we're going to shuffle in some more. We are going to find out their honest thoughts and feelings about you. Now, keep in mind, just in case, you may have picked a pile that represents your energies and your thoughts and feelings towards this person. If that is the case, you could go pick another pile. that is more, you know, sounds more like what your person would be thinking about you, or y'all could just be mirroring everything. Well, at least, you know, maybe not everything, but like, you know. So again, use your discernment, I guess is what it is that I'm saying here. We're really going to deep dive into what they want you to know, okay? What you got to know right now, right here, what's going on with them in this connection. We're then going to dive into some channeled messages, and we're going to allow ourselves to get into their mind, into their heart, into their soul. Of course, again, with the permission of their higher self, and find out what it is that they want you to know. We will welcome all truths. So here we go. Ready? Oh, all right. Well, well, well. It's the Lover's card for my visually impaired beauties. We have the Lover's card. Very interestingly depicted in this deck. You picked the Surrealist Tarot deck, by the way. I did have 2 channel songs for y'all. What Hurts the Most by Rascal Flatts, or the many covers, I'm sure, as well as I'm Ready by Bryan Adams. Songs that maybe contradict each other, and yet looking at this card right here, I can understand. This could be someone that you are considerably in a distance with. I really want us to focus now on the background there. Do you see the mountains that are shaped as 2 people kissing and lusting after each other? And yet before you stands 2 people very separated. It's like what's behind them, what's in their unconscious mind is this deep yearning. They might very well think you are their other half, their person. They might very well imagine you plenty in front of them. Hopefully you're able to note this yourself here too, but there is an apple in front of this individual's face. It's almost like they're envisioning you right there before them all the time. And it feels so real to this person. They could be in a bit of a limerence about you, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully it's not the case, but I mean, hey, I guess it definitely happens in today's world. Nevertheless, let's actually see what else we got here. Okay. What's this? We have the 9 of Wands. This wanted to come out. We have the Judgment. We have the Emperor. Page of Cups. I heard stop. Shuffle. 3 of Cups. I'm hearing 2 more. Okay, well this one wanted to come out. We have the Page of Swords, and then this one, yes. 4 of Wands. Fascinating. These people, interesting that I also said these people. I gotta call out what it is that I'm pulling here intuitively. At one point or another, and I believe it was in the past, because it's not present in the cards here, but I gotta call a spade, okay? It seems as though someone caused a rift in this connection. I think someone, I just heard Tweedledee and Tweedledum, okay? Alice in Wonderland might have something to do for you, but someone meddled in this connection. That is intuitively coming through. I think their higher self wants you to know that they now know. They have now seen the truth. Judgment on the table here. See, I just heard the truth doesn't hide. It doesn't cower. It doesn't get upset when you question it. At one point or another, your person found out or realized something about your connection. With the Four of Wands here, I'm not a fan of these labels. Not to say that I don't believe in twin flames, because I actually believe I am a twin flame, although I don't subscribe to the over-romanticized, toxified version of this. I have had a video in mind, but I'm still collecting my thought around that to make it right. But nevertheless, twin flames might have some sort of relevance in how this person views you. They might view you to be their divine masculine, if that resonates. This person's definitely the type to reach out first. I'm going to say that. And they want to, but they're definitely highly resisting it. There's so much silence between you two here. There really is, but there's like this undercurrent of yearning. I just keep hearing, I remember, I remember. Please let me know how these random tidbits and puzzle pieces resonate with y'all, because sometimes what comes through me as an intuitive reader, I just have learned to speak on it. It's not for me, you know, it's for y'all. So do let me know, okay? Like, subscribe, comment, all of the good stuff. What are their honest thoughts and feelings of the soul fam? There is something here about people meddling. I think it could either go one or two ways. The roles will differ between many situations of those tuning in here. But either a truth, they found out a truth about you that changed their perspective, or they realized something about you, or like people tried meddling and lying about you, but then they recognized the truth, or you about them. It would be crazy if it was mirrored, which is really coming out now with the Judgment card, because she's holding a big mirror there. So I mean, hey, maybe it was like interestingly, divinely guided. We're gonna pull from a different deck here. Let's get some Eight of Cups. This one on the bottom, yes, yes. And this one, yes. Interesting. From the top, okay. Interesting that the Four of Wands came out again. Ooh, with the Tower card. What? The Fool? What is going on in your connection with the Moon card? Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you this. You make this person's head spin. It's interesting because there's such a deeply emotional connection here. I gotta say this, you kind of haunt them. This is definitely feeling like a twin flames and separation reading. I'm gonna just call that a spade. I can't resist calling this connection what is predominantly coming out. So if you don't resonate with this label, perhaps maybe check out a different pile. But I would say someone is yearning for who they perceive to be their other half. And this is what I would love to perhaps maybe change the perception on, because no one, is your other half, because that only sends out a misconception that you are incomplete without another. They're meant to reflect something within you, mirror something, rebalance something, because you're made up of both masculine and feminine energies within you, as per traditional Chinese and traditional Indian medicine that dates back gazillions of years. Okay, obviously that's not an accurate time frame, but it could have been that a third party, whether it was their friend, I don't know, it's either their friend or maybe someone snuck around on the other in this connection. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know why I'm feeling tricky energy underneath it. It's weird. But okay. I think their friend told them something about you that flipped their world upside down in a way and suddenly made them stop running from you, I guess. They realize what this connection is. It is fucking earth-shattering, by the way, when and if you were to ever discover twin flame connections in this lifetime. They are, first of all, incredibly rare, which is another reason why I dislike speaking about it so much publicly. I used to have a twin flame channel, but I was like, absolutely not. But if this is your twin flame, you're not out here running around going, oh my god, this is my twin flame and I found the love of my life, and like it feels I can't even put it into fucking words. But tower moment after tower moment is what this experience is. And yet would this person give this another go? I think they would. Based on today's energy at the point of me recording this, of course, everyone has their free will. No one is entitled to another. Let's not give into any of such toxic delusions, my friends. With love. I think you haunt their fucking mind all the time. It's like, no matter how many times they try to get rid of you, you're there like a ghost in the back. And I think that this person actually tried to sever the cord between you and them multiple times. It didn't work, I'm hearing, though. $11.11. Claim. I'm curious what their channeled messages are going to be for you. I wonder if you're aware exactly just how much this person thinks about you. I don't think you are. I think this person's incredibly closed off from you. I think they're very blocked away from you. I think that, energetically speaking, there is a red string of fate that will never break. I think both of y'all feel it. I think that this is an undescribable connection that most people would never understand. I instinctively right now just have my hands like wrapped up like this on my head. It's like I just want to close my crown chakra right now. Like it's very overwhelming for your person to think about you. I don't even want this to be like perceived as something like super negative, but like sometimes people have connections with people that they are definitely not with. You guys are in separation. I don't think that this is your pile if you are with this person. Minimal contact, if anything. Minimal contact, if anything. And there could be, because we do have the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. So there was small offers somewhere. Maybe social media, maybe someone liked something, you know, a little boop, I'm here. But like just as quickly like gone. Like we're not in the back and forth stage here, you know? I find it fascinating that we ended off with the Fool card and the Moon. Deep down, honestly, they would... I just heard I want to run to you. I think it's Whitney Houston. Run to you. That's another song. Maybe you guys speak to each other through songs. This person's very quiet. I'm trying to pull more, but... And it's not to say that they're blocked from you. I really don't think so. I think that if there was an opportunity of a reconnection, it's a interesting type of reaction that this person is having, because they don't know whether to like scream and shout out of terror or like absolute happiness. Very interesting. Very interesting. I want to know more. I'm going to pull from this deck. What's going on with them? What's going on with this person? Why are we being told all of this information? What else do we need to know? What are they willing to share? I need more. I want to snoop around. Know thyself. I giggle. There's nourishment. Okay. Well, at least that's good. This is strangely similar to pile 1, but in like a reverse kind of... I don't know how else to explain this. That's fine. Know thyself. Nourishment. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, at the point of this reading, they're hoping to detach from you and allow whatever to unfold to be. And they're rebalancing and recalibrating themselves. I feel like they're pouring into themselves as much as possible, because I'm genuinely sensing that this person doesn't wish to be dependent on you in a toxic attachment kind of a way. That makes sense. Like maybe they have an attachment style that is anything but secure, which a lot of people do. Very few of us have secure attachment styles. It takes a while to break into it and to heal yourself into it. And it's, again, I think it's quite rare for people to have secure attachment styles straight from jump. But if you do, wow, that's awesome. Good for you. Anyways, don't hesitate for a second in their silence that they don't have love for you and they don't love you. But if this is a twin flame reading and you are their divine masculine, therefore they perceive themselves as the divine feminine, and the divine feminine pours into herself. So to be honest, poetry snaps to this person because they're doing that inner work for themselves. You are overwhelming to this person. I keep getting pulled to this energy here with the Seven of Cups. This is them going through scenario after scenario. Could be from the past if you guys have a past and any experiences, any past, I don't want to say like conversation kind of connections, but I think like they really think back to the times that they had very deep emotional experiences with you, for better and for worse. Because there are some emotional experiences that just make us go like, ah, and we just keep recounting them, you know? And then there's also like the heartbreaking ones too. It's a mixed bag with this individual and you, because I think they're trying to honestly heal from the parts that, oh, see, gratitude came out when I cut that deck. That's beautiful. I meant to just pick it up, but she really just wants to come through. So that's nice. We'll keep her peeking. Just leave you there. With this Two of Swords, for example, right? There's so much water energy, so much emotion, so much intuition, and like they might be very clairsentient or empathic, where they literally start embodying energies. Like they feel you, they hear you, they're... See, I immediately put my hands on my cheeks. I know this feeling. It's very overwhelming. So I was like, can I just like do my own thing without your energy just like blasting me, bro? And I know y'all don't intend to do it, okay? And we sense it. You guys sense each other. If this is in fact a twin flame connection, y'all can sense each other. No matter the time, no matter the distance, no matter the anything. You're always going to be looking for each other in another person. You're going to be recounting every lesson and interaction with other people and somehow bringing it to this person. And where you could have been better, or how you maybe felt unworthy, or maybe do, because that's a big one. Whatever wounding, deep childhood wounding that comes up when these two souls meet and collide and catalyze their inner like journey and path and shit. Like it is the most mind fuckery type of an experience. And that's what this person, I guess, wants you to know, that like they have immense love for you. It's so bottled down right now. Like it is like we're not gonna see here. Like I'm not gonna showcase it to anybody. They're highly resisting showing any of this, any of it. And again, I think maybe it has something to do with their friend, maybe your friend, someone's friend, or like a third party of any kind. And the third party could be literally anybody. I don't know, but they discovered some sort of news. Some sort of gossip, something more casual, something catty or like toxic, or something someone lied about the other. Now, how the situation is specifically for you will differ. So a few of y'all tuning in here, okay? So like, give me a break. But how is this resonating for you so far? How are you feeling about it? I think you should send this person some patience and some healing, and just like, just let them do their thing, to be honest. We'll see what their channeled messages are for you in just a couple of minutes here. I'm just curious, is there anything else? It's interesting, I heard, I'm ready, I just need time. So Bryan Adams, I'm ready. But their truest self is saying, I just need time. Like they're ready, but let me just detach. Let me just nourish myself a little bit more. Let me just like make myself as complete as possible. And if we line up, if we add up, if 11 is 11, well, then it's just going to be the most beautiful tower moment that ever existed, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know how that feels to an extent. But the Tower moment's actually a really, really good energy too. Tower moments are one of my favorite in tarot. I have a few, but the Fool just so happens to be like, yeah, top 3. But there's this really wonderful rebalancing here, if you can notice that. There's all of this built up stuff that falls eventually to the surface, and what's left is a perfect reshift and rebalancing. And sometimes we have to let go of the things that no longer serve us in order for us to rebalance, right? Spring cleaning and such cliches aren't just for those little corners of your house. They're for your soul too. Check in with yourself constantly. Check in with your friend groups, with how it is that you're prioritizing your time, your career. Is this what you still want? What can you do more? What can you do different? It's not to say that you always have to be doing better or more. It's just a matter of realigning to who it is that you are and who it is that you aspire to be, because sometimes people keep us really anchored, you know? And I think what this individual is doing and has been doing, to be completely honest with you, I'm sensing some sort of evolution in that front. How much, I don't know, I guess will differ per person, but they've really let go of a lot of people, of places, of things. I wouldn't even be surprised if whoever it is that did the, I don't know, some sort of gossip or truth telling, or like, I don't know what that energy is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they cut them off. I just wouldn't be surprised, or it just went cold. I don't know. There's definitely something cold about this person. But they're also viewing you as someone who's very guarded and silent as well. I think that they can sense you observing them though. You both observe each other, but very spiritually. In dreams, through telepathy, and it's not just like, telepathy isn't like I'm hearing all of your thoughts and like whatever. It's just, it's kind of, it's a split second embodiment, I guess, of the other. Like you just, you know what they're sensing, you know what they're thinking somehow. It's like magic, but yeah, it's just so comprehensible, and you just get it. You know, you feel it. I think you guys can feel each other's highs. You can feel each other's lows. I think you both send each other love, and I think you do it so fucking secretly, like, and nobody probably knows. Yeah, this person's very quiet up as far as like this connection. I don't think that they talk to really anybody about it. Maybe 1 or 2 people. But again, there's certain connections, there's certain things that like a lot of people wouldn't get, okay? I will just add the extra caveat on this whole twin flame thing, okay? If they are ever hurtful to you to a very inappropriate degree, there's certain words that I can't say on this channel, but please know that that's not your twin flame, okay? Again, I'm not feeding to any toxic delusions or anything of that sort. These people are twin flame. Will love us from afar if it means our happiness, no matter how much it hurts them. Oftentimes they do it to each other because neither one feels good enough or worthy or whatever for the other. Our wounds, again, are brought forward. Just such an undeniable, painful, and yet magnificent, beautiful degree that it can become terrifying. But it's not ever going to cause you any sort of physical harm or anything to a narcissistic, like full-blown, okay? A lot of people say, oh, the divine masculine is such a narcissist, but really it's just, you know, avoided behavior sometimes just gets kind of, but like to be a true narcissist, it's a completely different type of experience, especially if anyone, and I hope nobody here has experienced it, but if you have experienced it, you know, and it's, you know. So anyways, because I don't want to sit here and dread about dark past and stuff, but this person might have, honestly, have experienced that. There's a reason why this is coming up, and so they tread very lightly too. They might They might confuse love and pain. I think this person feels safer around you than they'd like to admit, at least out loud. I just heard not yet. See, it just went quiet again. It's very interesting energy. They really have a good ability to block themselves from you. It's, you know, it's fleeting pieces of energy, so I'm not really surprised that you're curious about them and then wanting to dive in, because you're sitting here going like, what's going on with them? Like they're shut out, I guess. But again, like don't mistaken any of that behavior right now. I think in time, y'all will just know more. Let me reset here, and we're gonna start diving into their channeled messages for you. We're gonna get into their mind, get into their heart space, get into what it is that they want you to know, what they would tell you if they only could. Interesting. I'm just going to keep that out since that wanted to come out. I'll speak on what the cards are in like a hot second. Let me just get what I need to get out here. These are my own personal kind of little cards that I made a long time ago, so hopefully they can do us some justice. What does pile two's person want to say? Messages from their higher self, with permission, of course. Everything that the soul fam needs to hear, what needs to know. What can you tell us, please? Please tell me everything you need to transfer and deliver to the soul fam today. This person has difficulty being able to put a lot of their emotions into words, and that is primarily because our emotions are part of our unconscious mind, which makes up 94 to 96% of, well, our entire existence as a human. And because it's illogical, they hesitate stepping forward and saying the wrong thing or being misconstrued, being misunderstood. They are definitely, I'm feeling this in their energy very heavily. They are the types that had been often misunderstood, whether it be on purpose or maybe they were called crazy or something, because they led so much with their emotional and like somatic experiences that most people couldn't really handle that. They couldn't. And thus, in ways, long story short, kind of made them feel as though, well, they have to keep themselves a little bit like smaller. And I am sensing from them, they're working really hard on like building up their confidence and building up like their self-love and their tactics. Like they were really nourishing into themselves. Like it kind of brings me back to the previous cards that were out there, right? It was like know thyself and nourishment and like pouring into themselves and stuff like that. And I find that interesting because it's happening right here too. You know, and it's interesting because we're going to get into the channeled messages from them, I hope, but their higher self really wants you to know that like they're diligently working on themselves right now, which again is like, it's crazy contrast and yet similarity with pile one. Like this is actually kind of blowing my mind right now, just from a personal standpoint, I guess, but like, They want to tell you that in a strange way, you complete them. You balance them out. It's almost like puzzle pieces that weren't ever really meant to fit, but they were just meant to balance out. Unique, not to a forcible degree. Abstract, and yet somehow it works. And it's powerful and it's sturdy. And people don't get it. Because unlike the Four of Wands, as depicted in tarot, these aren't just four walls, four pillars. They realize how perfectly imperfectly you fit together and you balance out. And I think that as much as they really want to balance things out between y'all, but there is a sense of lack within them. They've been very hurt. They keep a lot of cobwebs. I guess there's places in their unconscious mind that they got to go filter through and clean out. And I think that's what it is that they're doing. And what's really beautiful is the depiction of all of these butterflies here. It's like there's a transformation after transformation after transformation that's going on with this person. And they really want you to know that. Like it's them just working on themselves to be a better person, whether it be for you, but I think they want to do it primarily for themselves. With the Sun card coming out here as well, like they really look at you, they look at your connection with, well, I mean, think of it this way. Feeling the sun on your skin, warm, comfortable. Too much though, it begins to burn. You can admire a sunset and a sunrise, but to stare at the sun midday, peak glory, you will burn. Give me 1 second, sorry, I gotta switch my battery. I'm back, hey. So picking up right where we left off. They view this connection, they view you, they view this potential for love like the sun. I'm scared, came out. Definitely some fears in, I just heard colliding. Interesting. I think they want to go slow. I think that's why they're scared, because they don't want to move too fast. They don't want to just jump right in. They don't, I think they're afraid of how much they're actually able to love you and fall in love with you. They're ready. They still need time. What hurts the most is walking away, having all of this to say. This person has really accepted the separation between y'all to a deeply fundamental degree. Not to say that they're always like okay with it or whatever, but I think that they're like, you know, if I'm not going to be with Pal 2, like that's okay. I'm still okay on my own, and they're going to be okay as in you, like you're going to be good. And but there's still that yearning, and this can go two ways. The I'm proud here. They could be literally telling you that they're proud of you. You could be the inspiration for them to want to better themselves. Notice it's the 9 of coins as well. It's not the 10 of coins. There's still something incomplete here. And this cat is looking at that sun. There's also looking at everything else that needs to kind of be done. The cobwebs that need to be cleaned to the best of their degree. They could be an over-perfectionist, wanting to just better themselves as much as possible so they don't come in insufficient. I wouldn't be surprised, I have to say it again, if pile 1 and pile 2, you could be like watching each other's energies. This is crazy to me. So anyways, I'm proud could be that they could be proud of you, but they could also be too proud to step up and reconnect or whatever right now. I think like they're holding back for a reason. And their pride could just be getting in the way right now. I think they just want to tend to their wounds, TBH. Are you even listening here? They just want you to understand them deeply and emotionally without them really having to say much. This is a very interesting energy that's coming out because it's so quiet. When I tap into this person's energy, it's like I think this person, very interestingly enough, they want to kind of like test your connection, your telepathic connection. If you were to ever meet face to face, pay attention to the words that are left unspoken out loud. See what comes up between y'all two. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Where do I begin? Time to shine. It feels right. You already know. Namaste. I'm too insecure. Well, as much as they are working on themselves, they still feel as though they've got a ways to go. They want you to know that they're not mad at you. There's a lot of peace that they found within themselves. I just heard remember me this way. Maybe there were a lot of emotionally shattering experiences between y'all. And they want to be happy. They want to be the version of themselves that shines real bright. This could be them putting on a mask. It's time to shine. Like, it's like an on switch, you know? But what's beautiful is it feels right also came out here. So they're leaning more into their authenticity. And I will admit, pile 2, compared to, let's say, pile 1, they were more open to talk directly. Pile 2 is not. It's more like they'd rather me describe what the channeled message is versus actually deliver it outright. But you already know. Kind of goes back to, I'm curious if they would like test you a little bit telepathically, you know? If you're tuning in, and if you are the divine masculine, that could resonate. They might be like, are you really listening? Like, are you even listening? Pile 2. We don't belong together, we don't fit together, and yet we balance each other out, and yet we're each other's sunshine. I mean, it is the brightest, happiest type of energy, but again, too much of a good thing, too much of that sunshine breeds some consequences, yeah? And there's so much that this person has to say. Again, it goes back to that Rascal Flatts song. They have so much to say that they gotta walk away, or they watch you walk away, or however that song goes. Like, they don't even know where to begin. You guys would need all of the time in the world to actually say all of the things that you have got to say But this person right now has to really work through their fears, their own insecurities right now. They're very well aware of them as well. So I'm loving the heightened awareness and the aptitude to work on themselves and better themselves and nourish themselves. I keep wanting to say nourish. Like they're really finding peace and they're feeling good about it. What it is that they're doing, how it is that they're pouring into themselves, they feel good about it. I'm tripping out. I thought these are cups. Fascinating. There's so many coins though. So this is the 9 of coins and this is the 9 of cups. Not the 10, but fulfilled enough by themselves right now. And I think they're comfortable like this, but not comfortable to a degree where they're not willing to delve deep into themselves, but comfortable meaning definitely not ready to reconnect and dive in with you and everything. And that the silence again that I connect with, my nose just itched on that when it comes to this person's energy and what it is that they want to say to you. It's like they're better left like closed off right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's been almost like an hour, but like, has this reading helped you gain a little bit of a clearer perspective on this person? I really sincerely hope so. Pile 2's person, is there anything else that you would like to add? Any thoughts, any messages? I heard no. Okay, so let's get you some closing thoughts. Pile 2, not to just leave you hanging like that. But thank your person for sharing what it is that they were willing and ready to share. I'm very respectful as a reader, even if I am reading for collectives and stuff. Like if there are things that Spirit would rather keep quiet or a secret, or of course keeping in mind, of course, yeah, see, interesting how this card just came out again. Keeping in mind, of course, this is a general reading, right? So there's only as specific as it would be, you know, responsibly able to go. Okay. No, I don't want to use this deck. I'm going to use this deck for you. Okay. Closing thoughts, not thoughts. Clots, interesting. Thoughts, clots. Unclog your mind. I take everything as a sign as I'm messaging and reading and all of that. Messaging, reading. What's going on over here? Now connecting to your energy, pile 2, you're also very flustered. Do you want to message somebody? I heard yes. Unclog your thoughts. Maybe you are overthinking. Maybe you just gotta like compile the message and press send. What is this that wants to come out? Work. Kindness from the top. Rest. Instinct. Let's say very masculine energies so far out here. Patience. I heard yes. And secret. Ochre. Pile 2. Messages, advice for you. Okay, just because I got to finish my sentence earlier. If you do have a sense or an inkling to send a message over to your person, trust your instincts whenever it is that you are ready to do so, and have patience, okay? Whether have patience before you press send and maybe give it some time or something, you got to really feel it out. Listen to your instincts. Again, like you guys feel each other, you know when to contact each other, even if the other person takes a long time to respond or something. Maybe even you take a long time to respond here as well. I think you guys are each other's best kept secret, and I think it's important. It's really interesting because I swallowed so hard when I said that. I think you should keep it that way. Okay, pile 2, do yourself a favor. Don't be talking to other people about this connection. Believe me, they will misunderstand it. And it might kind of repeat a very similar story about the meddling and the gossiping and the lying and the truth coming out or something, right? Like, I think the less people that you involve in this connection right now, the better it will be. Spirit also wants me to let you know, pile 2, that they're very proud of all of the hard work that you've been putting in. Like, shit, like you've been really grinding. You've been making that money to the best of your capability, hopefully. Okay, and I'm saying hopefully because I know everyone's financial situation is different, especially nowadays, but like hoping that majority of the people that resonated with this, like you're making that bank and everything. Just understand that if you want to accumulate more money and you haven't yet, it could be due to a money block that speaks that, you know, money is the root of all evil, right? Like the more money that you acquire, the more evil it will be. You know, all the billionaires in the world are like horrible people, yada, 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 cancel. You could be the billionaire that is the kind-hearted one. Who knows, you know? But change your perspective there on money. I don't know what message that's about there. And also offer yourself a lot of rest there as well. I think you should take the example of your person as well and maybe pour into yourself a little bit more too, rest a little bit more, maybe like, you know, just kind of separate, like detach mentally and emotionally if you need to from each other, and you will trust your instincts. You will know when to call them, when to text them, when to show up at their door, or like whatever it may be. I don't know. Y'all know each other's situations better than I do, but if you are open to it, let me know, please, with a comment below. Give us a quick like if you're a little bit shy and don't really want to talk. That's okay too. And remember to please subscribe, because this file 2 is the end of your reading. It's been an honor to read these messages for you, and I hope they served you really well. I really do. Especially when I'm talking about stuff like twin flames. As you can tell, my resistance is very high to certain topics. But nevertheless, thank you. Thank you so much for making it all the way till the end. And I'm wishing you a fantastic rest of your day or evening or night. And if I don't see you another pile, I sure hope to see you really soon. Thank you again, pile 2. Peace. Hello, pile 3. What's up? What it do, baby? Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. I hope all the messages that you find in today's reading serve you well, however it is that they're meant to. Remember, of course, this is a YouTube reading, so only take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for another. Your energy in here, pile 3. Holy cannoli. I have pre-channeled a couple of things for y'all, okay? Before we dive in, just a quick reminder what we're doing today. We're going to really learn about their honest thoughts and feelings about themselves, about you, about this connection, whatever it is that their higher self is permitting us to learn about them at this time. Whatever it is that you need to hear, we're going to learn what's going on with them. We're then going to get some channeled messages. We'll go directly into their mind and their heart and their soul. Again, with their higher self's permission, obtain everything that it is that you need to know. And we welcome all messages. The good, the bad, the ugly, the honest. So buckle on in, okay? It is first thing in the morning, by the way. So if you don't mind, I'm going to just like leave my coffee there, because that is my sustenance. I had one song channeled message for you, pal 3, but it was just for the sake of me getting to the movie, which is really what the greatest, I guess, connection is. Like, you don't have a song. You don't have a channeled song. You have a channeled movie. So the song is Mother, We Just Can't Get Enough by New Radicals. And the movie is A Walk to Remember. Now, that could have a very personal connection for you. It could also be describing one or two people very Catholic or Christian practicing, or just religion. We're not just going to bucket into just one religion. One could be kind of like the bad boy, the bad girl that won't ever settle, that's got, you know, a rough, tough life, and the other person kind of saves them, helps them seize a different light or something. Let's hope nobody here is terminally ill, as that movie depicts. But nevertheless, there is some form of like faith, transformation, awakening, coming to contact with you, or you with them, has kind of altered your perception and your philosophies on life and how you want to live or something. It feels really beautiful, actually, the more that I'm tapping into it right now. Fascinating. So let's get more. Tell me, pile threes, persons, honest thoughts, feelings about them, about themselves, about their situation. Whoa. Spirit told me not to take any of that, by the way. So. Oh, looks like we're asking a lot from this person. Come on, give us something. Ready? No? Damn. Alright. We got the 5 of coins on the table. Or not these ones. Wait, from the top? Yep, okay. So we have the 5 of coins. We have the 6 of swords. We have the Queen of Wands. Could be a separation between y'all right now. Spirit's being really particular about this deck right now. And how we're shuffling it, so. Someone walked away from the other. There is a deep sense of abandonment. There is a perceived sense of, I don't even necessarily want to say neglect, but I guess I do because my nose itched on that. Okay, what else do we have? We have the 10 of Cups. Interesting. I love a little plot twist. This, I don't know what this is. Oh, snap. Okay. I mean, okay. What was this? Page of Cups. Hanged Man. Oh, is this like a story? What's happening? Take this? Okay, Spirit, go off. Take this too. Okay. And that's it. End. Okay, so we're gonna make this the bottom of the deck energy. We have the Star card. What is happening? All right, guys, I appreciate your patience. These readings run kind of long anyways, so. Okay. Very particular messages had to come out here, so thank you for the Spirit team to working with us today. I keep hearing the part of the song that goes haunting and strange. I just can't get enough. They want to put the work in you. Okay, now I'm hearing a song. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Oh my god, that came out in like a TikTok or something randomly. But anyways, y'all, my brain is all over the place with your energy. You, I believe, were like a godsend connection to change their perspective on what is fully available to them in this life. This person feels like they were really down and out for a long time, thinking very little of themselves. Perhaps they were raised in conditions that perhaps maybe weren't as, I don't know, luxurious perhaps as they would have wanted or they seen other people have and desired for themselves. And it doesn't necessarily mean that their circumstances were horrible either themselves, but they just wanted more. But never felt like as if it would be possible. It would be achievable. They think of you as that Queen of Swords energy. She's the only queen that bears a sword. So in some ways, I don't want to say that they're frightened of you, but they can be intimidated by your wisdom, by your ability to see and filter through them. She is a no bullshit queen. She's like, listen, just come correctly. Like, enough with the small talk. Definitely don't try to gaslight me, because I will put that fire out in a second. And for sure, come honest, come true, come you. That has, I believe, begun to motivate them towards actually manifesting a different reality for themselves. This person looks at you as like an inspiration, if you will. And I just heard, shh, it's a secret. So whether it's intentional or not, I think your very existence, the advice that you give, maybe you post stuff on social media, or people talk about you in passing and this person overhears, and like, I don't know, but like, I'm getting this sense that they're learning something from you. And it's caused an altered sense of perception here. The Six of Swords is moving from one mental plane to the other. It's packing up, getting ready to leave, taking only what is of importance to you and leaving the rest. This is kind of Eight of Cups energy, okay? But it's led solely with the mind. It's a decision to transition, to make that change. Is it the physical emotion embodiment of that yet? No, but the transformation has begun. The seeds have been planted, so to speak. And your words play influence onto this individual. I mean, maybe that Walk to Remember movie has some sort of significance here. Like, it does make sense now that there's some sort of philosophy, there's some sort of way that you carry yourself, pile 3, that makes this person go, wow, like, you mean I can have a happy life and a family if that's what they want, and to live here and to do all of this and have all of that? Like, what I feel like, you know what the Ten of Cups energy is giving me in this spread? It's that scene, you guys are movies in here for sure. I love the transition between like some people's energies. Some people just get solely songs, or who knows what else. Y'all just get movies. But the Wizard of Oz, when she walks out of her little Kansas home, but she's already in Oz, and she opens that door and suddenly everything is in color. Everything is just rainbow. It's like you've literally, from black and white to color. And that like soul shocked this person, pile 3. And that's when they actually started to get into their body, which I like to see. I do. A lot of healing happens through feeling. And a lot of people stop themselves from feeling that way because they want to intellectualize what's going on with them and why they're even feeling that way, instead of just being like, oh, I gotta cry, and then it's over. Just like that. You don't have to be cognizantly aware why your body is reacting a particular way in order to allow the experience. Emotions are energy in motion. This person is learning how to fall into their heart space. We have 2 5s, by the way. It's very transformative energy. And for what it's worth, I do think that they daydream about you a lot. Okay, I think that they want to maybe make an offer for you. I heard one day. So no rush. Don't hold your breath, pal 3. But I can gauge a sense of interest. It's like their intuition is kind of leading them towards this connection. And so they think about it. They daydream about it. They're putting in a lot of hard work on themselves. They don't have the full emotional fulfillment as they could if perhaps maybe. It's not to say that they're dependent on you to be with them in order to like be happy, but if they could offer a cup to you to make it a 10, it would like really offer them true fulfillment, I would say. I think meeting you, pal 3, even if the awareness of this connection or of you, I think that it, like I'm getting it was like a slow burn for some of you. Because, yeah, sorry, I got corrected. For some of y'all, it was like instant. Like you came into this, I just heard, I came in like a wrecking ball. All right, Miley Cyrus. But, yeah, whether you catapulted into this person's life or they maybe discovered you slowly, or maybe it was a combination of both. Like you came in and got to know you slowly, got to know your mind. And that's maybe why that's the slow burn effect here that I'm sensing. Because in order to get to know somebody mentally, you got to spend some more time with them, right? You got to listen to them. You got to pay attention to how they maneuver around various types of situations, especially the difficult ones. We're gonna leave that in. You maneuver that. Ooh. Could be some 18 plus type of thoughts here, but we're gonna keep it PG for YT, okay? Was really lovely. And I don't know, a lot of people don't really view emotions the way that I do, but I love to see this. Like, I love the Tower card and the 5 of Coins energy, and Cups. Because it shows this willingness to take the really difficult path of changing and transforming your circumstances at will. I'm saying at will for these guys, whoever it is that we're tuning in to Pile 3's collective here. Remember, again, YouTube reading. If you want something precise and concise, KNMWitchery.com. But Pile 3, your person, I feel like they were maybe even living in the storm for like a long time. That they maybe just got used to the chaos, they got used to the ruckus, they got used to putting buckets underneath, you know, certain ceiling boards or whatever, and they finally walked away from their present circumstances and they can grieve it from afar and really take a look at their life and be like, damn, like, that's how it was, and it could really be different, and I didn't know that was possible. I think that you shed some light into this person's reality. I just heard existence, okay? That opened up their mind. I don't know. But you've completely, like, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one day they would tell you that you changed their life or something. I am sensing a lot of gratitude here. There's this silent admiration and gratitude for what you have done for them. And you could be sitting here going like, Kat, what? I don't think I ever did anything for them. Maybe some of y'all have barely even spoken to this person. Or maybe you just had a few encounters, or maybe it was a full-blown something, and now it's not much. But sometimes, honestly, for those whom this may apply, sometimes walking away from the person that we once deemed we'd be with forever, unconditionally, no matter what, blah, blah, blah. Walking away from them is actually the thing that helps them change, that changes up their reality. So for some of y'all, I think you were the ones that walked away or are planning to, perhaps. And this is kind of a future foretelling of what it will do to them. And I say walk away, okay? Because, or maybe this is me politely offering a different perspective on the person who walked away from you. It's not to say that you weren't worthy of them or capable of more. It's that you didn't believe, the person didn't believe. Again, take it as it resonates with you, okay? But the one who's walked away looked at the one that they walked away from, acknowledging that they themselves don't believe that they themselves are capable of everything that they desire. And the one that walked away, because I'm sensing different audience soul fam members here will have a little bit of a different story, and I want to acknowledge as many as possible here. But the one who walked away did so, I want to say, with a heavier heart, but also with the acknowledgement that you can't help someone who isn't willing to help themselves. Like, you have to do your healing yourself. You can be there for someone, and you can love them, and you can offer them as much as you can to make the experience as efficient and as easy and as swift as possible for them. But how long they choose to sit in their grief or their disbelief or their limiting actions and habits is their choice. I don't care who this person is to you. At any point in your relationships, platonic, family, professional, romantic, if someone is hurting themselves, it is never your responsibility to heal them. Please take that off of your shoulders, Pile 3, and anyone else who needed to hear this message. It was a really, really tough lesson for me to learn in this lifetime, and I'm telling you, I kind of want to cry now. You gotta let them go. And it's the most selfless thing you can do, believe me. Believe me. There's a lot of grief surrounding this reading now that I'm picking up, so just bear with me, I guess. I mean, am I surprised about the grief? No. This person may have had some sort of addiction. It could be substance, it could be alcohol, it could be a lot of things, to be honest. I mean, you could get addicted to absolutely anything. But this separation right now, and even if you're not in separation and there's minimal contact, or they can watch you somehow or something, I don't know. But they're looking straight at you, though. Like, they are. Directly at you. From a completely different perspective that they're coming from. It's like they're listening now. They're paying attention. They're like, okay, hold on. Let me actually plant all of this knowledge into action. And what's really nice is they seem to be pretty patient in this too. I think your words have some sort of influence in how somebody, I guess, heals. It's very interesting, Pile 3. I would say that you guys are absolutely healers. You're motivators. You're here to inspire. You are creators. You are nurturers. You are intuitives. You are a beacon of light. You are, I'm seeing a lighthouse. Interesting. This kind of gives me lighthouse vibes. On the outside, meaning the mask that they put on, they do perceive themselves to be doing quite all right. Just enough to get by. Just enough so nobody really asks them any questions. They just assume, Pal 3 persons, you're good. But then they look at you and they're like, wow, like, Pal 3, you don't even have to fake it. You just are. It could even be your ability, Pal 3, to see all circumstances, no matter how difficult, as something beautiful, as a gift. You know, it's like you really do have the ability, Pile 3, at least to this person, which, I mean, it's a beautiful quality to have, to make every negative into a positive, to make every dull moment somehow really entertaining, to make a shoebox into a mansion. You have this ability to bring people outside of this little box and container that they've stuffed themselves in, that we've been programmed to be in, right? Very NPC like way of being, and here you are it's powerful stuff. I think this person is also, I mean, I don't know if this has anything to do with you. I think it has to do with the motivation that you've inspired within them to lay a very good financial situation for themselves. I think they do pour more into work. Maybe that's like one of their masks in a way. They just focus on work just so they could come home and daydream about you in the off chances that they have some time alone. We'll see what the channeled messages say for y'all, but is there anything else to add to this portion of the reading? I did hear yes. Okay. I'm getting pulled to these cards here. Come on over. All right. What else can you tell us, please? What can you tell us about Pal 3's person? Thoughts, feelings, what's going on with them, anything you want us to hear, whatever you want us to know. I just heard shuffle and pop out, so. All right. I just work here. Boom. See, work came out. This person drowns themselves in work to forget about you. Or you inspire them to put in the work. There might be a significance about the number 3. I just keep hearing like it's because of you, thank you, thank you. It's because of you, thank you, thank you. You got me out. I also heard, you got me out. It's because of you, thank you, you got me out. Got me out of what? Could be a lot of things. But whatever black and white world perception state that they lived in, that's what you took them out of. And you brought them into Oz. Like, I'm just sensing like a wave of gratitude for you from this person. And one day they hope to repay you. Perhaps they'd hope to provide for you one day. Or at least pay you for your efforts. For some of y'all, this may be just under a romantic connection. For some of y'all, it's a full-blown, whether this is an ex, a soon-to-be ex, a person that you're currently dealing with, and you're like, do I walk away from them or not? Have you already walked away from them? Have they already walked away from you? There's a lot of different scenarios that I'm tuning into here with pile 3, but nevertheless, this current situation is exactly what needs to happen to help them turn their life around. And you played a significant role, whether you want to accept it or not, even if they walked away from you, by the way, and they went to better themselves too, while they hoped and prayed that you would for yourself too, right? We got to take a look at all different perspectives and everything. Y'all, I've been dumped and I have done the dumping. Both situations turned me into a better person. So it's a matter of how it is that you choose to really optimize your current situations and your heartache and the loss, because it is difficult. Yeah, like it hurts. Of course it does. I'm not going to sit here and be like, just get over it. Like, how rude would that be? Feel through the feelings. This is why I'm saying, like, I love this energy where we finally actually sit and process something. Heartache. Because we would do everything to avoid doing that. Sometimes I would say that this person definitely loses themselves in work or in other connections, like, you know, platonic or whomever. I don't know. Maybe you're not with this person and they have another person, or they're sleeping around. You can do whatever it is that you want when you're not in a commitment. Personally, I would say I'm a very loyal person otherwise, so, you know. But nevertheless, they might use these distractions to stop themselves from feeling, but for some reason, you motivated them, you pushed them. And they're making an active choice right now to do that really difficult inner work. And it's actually paying off for them. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, they're seeing, like, holy shit, like, pile 3, like, it's working for me. Like, I'm doing it. Like, but I can't tell you this right now. They could be blocked, or you could be blocked, or maybe there's just I honestly, I would just say that there's like a silent respect right now where they're just not reaching out to you because they want to contribute to your life in some formal way, right? So they'd rather stay silent, because if they can't contribute, if they can't provide, if they can't offer you something, they don't want to disturb you out of respect, or they want to continue to give you your space whilst acknowledging that one or both of you, which I would assume everyone, both, right? Like, everyone has something to work on. But just out of respect to be like, okay, like, pile 3, like, do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. But just know that, like, I'm rooting for you and I'm thanking you. And it's working out the way that it's meant to. I think the finale of that is absolutely beautiful. But I mean, even with the star card out here, just kind of shining light on everything. I mean, it was very divinely guided. It was very karmically called in, I would say. And karma is just a repeated lesson that comes around time and time and time and time again until we make the conscious decision to take the actions to break out of that loop and that pattern, and thus learn a different lesson, right? Because it's ongoing in this human experience. It never friggin' ends. So stop asking, when does it end? It doesn't, babes. You're alive. What a blessing that is. Keep on trudging forward, okay? This person's lows are turning into their highs. Like, they're really feeling the abundance. They're feeling the work pay off. They're feeling and sensing and seeing and thinking differently. they are. They're noting the changes. I think this person just really wants you to know that they're noticing the changes, whether those changes are within themselves or within you, or hopefully even both. There's this silent respect and adoration and stop moving around, camera. This was a really good message. I feel I just... Anyways. I'm a clumsy cat. What can I say? But they're thankful for you. They really, really are. I think I'm going to reset here and get in some channeled messages from them. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm getting pulled to you and to you. And what? And you? And maybe you for later. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get the cards on the table first. Which one are we starting with? Okay. I love how Spirit's very particular in this reading. Okay. Channeled messages, please. For pile 3. What do they need to know? What does their person want them to know? What does they want them to say? It's the Sun card, by the way. We have karmic relationship. We have I like you. Soulmates. Mirror. And kisses. I heard these 3. Yes. And stop. Okay. Okay. We have separation, sunglasses, paradise. I'm afraid to contact you. I know I was a distraction from your pain, and I want you. Bottom of the deck here, and it wants to be seen, is I will wait for a sign from you. Hopefully y'all can see this okay. They see you in everything. It's like no matter what they do, where they go, how much distraction they put before them, you end up peeking through like a sun ray through the smallest crevice, illuminating a life, a possibility, a way out. I find myself right now intuitively rocking back and forth from left to right. This person is hypnotized by you. They might dream about you often. Wishing they could just watch you sleep in a peaceful way, not a creepy way. It's like you open them up to a world that they've never known possible. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. This was something only found in fairy tales, rom-coms. And yet here you are actually sparking up, igniting this person. And they see your connection as fated, divinely guided. You came into each other's lives for a reason. The separation also occurs for a reason, and that's why this is a karmic relationship. There's some lessons in letting go and loving you. You can have both. You can let go and you can let love. Matter of fact, it's often the strongest form of love. It's letting someone be exactly as they are, for better or for the worse, and they wish for the best for themselves to be able to even match you. How can you compete with the sun? All of the planets in the sky, and yet they all revolve around that sun. I heard you are the world. Pal 3. And you reflect something within them, something that makes them hesitate reaching out to you because of what you might say, what you might see in them, and not in any form of blasé or prudence or disrespect. You hold up a mirror to this person and you show them what they have been avoiding to see within themselves, and that's the part that scares them. That's why they don't want to contact you, because how could they look at you and not see the entire world? Because they do. I know I was a distraction from your pain. Just sit with that statement. I feel like it'll resonate completely differently. Excuse me for everyone. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit, but you also ruined a really cute silent moment for the soul fam. Never a dull moment over here at Kate Witchery. I'd like to give one of you a tissue. Someone's crying in here. Oops. Yeah, I can sense you guys too when I'm doing these readings. I can. That's why I do these readings. Duh. Alright, back into this. I miss you. It's an interesting place to be in when you miss someone so much. Have the ability to reach out, to say hi, and yet you stop yourself from doing that. Out of love, out of respect, but still out of their own pain. But they do believe that there is a chance perhaps your paths can meet. I think this person will hold you in their heart forever. Definitely would love to kiss you. And if you had the opportunity to kiss this person, just know that they replay that moment or moments over and over and over again in their mind. And then it pains them, it hurts them because they can't do it now. I just heard I lost you. I'm sorry. There's a message coming through about doing this again later when you're ready. Maybe that's the sign that they're waiting for from you, from the universe. It's funny because to them you are the universe. You might be very highly intuitive, pile 3, to a point that this person is in absolute awe of your psychic insight and empathic abilities. And don't ever think that this person views your abilities as a weakness or something weird or silly. No, like they're completely like enamored by it. They're in disbelief, in awe, like you're magic. They want you. And what's really cool here is I love you hasn't come out, but I like you has. I would say that honestly, sometimes like liking someone is a greater compliment than loving them. Maybe that's just coming as a Libra Venus. But you can love someone, but do you tolerate them? You can love someone, but do you get ridiculously annoyed by them? Like, do you even like the person that you love? Like, do you like spending time with them, or do you just love them because that's how your body now chemically responds to their scent and their presence? But do you actually like them? Their hobbies, their habits, their little quirks, those things that they do sometimes when they think nobody's watching, or my alarm just went off randomly at 10:10. Okay. I don't remember setting it to that, but good morning, I guess. Late morning. I don't know. I just keep sitting back here and it's just like I get into observation phase. So just know, like, this person's really, like, they're learning from you. They really do enjoy you, your memories, even the bad, the ugly. Okay, I think that it's not that they look fondly onto your like sad or like hopeless kind of moments and memories, or you know, maybe you guys said some things to each other, mirrored things back onto each other. I mean, karmic connections can also be very like, you know, I mean, hey, we had that Queen of Swords energy out for a reason. She don't play. Okay, I resonate with the Queen of Swords the most out of all of the queens. Trust me. We're let's just say they know. They know your capabilities. They know what you could have, what you could say. And I think that they want to wait. They want to wait until you can say nothing but, and this feels a little manipulating now. I gotta call it out. I didn't really like that, but I mean, that's just the energies flowing right now. So I'm gonna speak on it, but it's like they want to do the best that they can on themselves and work on themselves, so that when they do approach you, when they do see you, it's like they want to control how it is that you see them. And they want you to see them as so much better than how you had left them, or they left you, or like whatever, how your situation is, you know. It's like they want to control your opinion of them in a way, because they value your opinion so much that they can't handle any form of rejection from you or anything of that sort. You know what I mean? Like they just, like, their heart hurts just thinking about you, saying you're not enough, or this isn't good enough, or like whatever. Not that you would ever even say that, hopefully, but like, you know, they just want you to be like, damn, like, I'm proud of you. Like, you're doing it and I'm happy for you. And like, they want you to perceive them differently. So again, it is a little bit manipulative, but if this person would maybe just continue working on themselves, I guess, enough to believe that they don't have to play such games, and know that, I mean, we're all made up of good and bad. Nobody is perfect. And by good and bad, I don't mean that like literally, like, you get what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get on that tangent. Just, we all have quirks, we all have flaws. They like you, and I don't think that they've ever met someone that would even consider liking them, because they never let that happen. And for what it's worth, if that did happen in this connection, or it hasn't yet and they really want it to, they're really grateful for it. They really are. Even the sad times, they're like, damn, like, they're noticing where they went wrong, and how they could do better next time. And they hope that next time could be with you. I honestly, I don't think that they want anybody else, but they're okay to walk away from you and go a different way if you go a different way. But if there was ever a chance where maybe you're both single and ready and willing to mingle, they'd be down, honestly. Very interesting. All of these readings and this pick a card have been quite enlightening. Everyone's working on themselves though, so I like it. I like the soul family that I'm pulling in. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm closing off this energy because I just felt like it needed to stop. Yes. Okay, let's get some closing thoughts and advice for you, pile 3. And yeah, we'll get you on your way. Let me know if this has resonated with you in any way, if you find it helpful, if you find it inquisitive. If you hate it, let me know, although you wouldn't be here if you hated it that much. Not this late into the reading. But nevertheless, I love hearing from you guys, and it helps me learn how to do these readings and stuff for you too, you know? So help me help y'all. Messages for pile 3, please. From their person or just from spirit. What do they need to know? What does pile 3 need to know? All of them? Yep. Okay, so we have direction, we have friction, and we have reciprocity. All right. So fam, only accept what is tangibly proven to you. Meaning, no words, no promises, no, oh, this is how it's going to be, baby. If it's not going to actually be physically, meaning through action, through displayed changed behavior, consistently, do not accept anything less. Like, there has to be a very even exchange of energy. You can take this part of the reading however it is that you want, on a personal note or towards this relationship, whatever it may be, okay? But stop accepting less than what it is that you deserve, pile 3, okay? If something don't fit, stop trying to make it fit. Stop trying to break your entire foundation up in order for something that doesn't belong in your current vibration to exist. Does that make sense? Because there's somewhere that you're sensing in your life, perhaps this connection or whatever else, that there is some sort of friction, that there's something that is like bubbling up under the surface. You know, it's like, it's starting to get heated. It's starting to be like, oh my God, and sparks are starting to fly maybe, but not the good sparks, okay, the dangerous ones. And you're just like, oh my God. And if you could only step back and recognize where your efforts are being reciprocated, then you can judge your next move accordingly. And sometimes that would mean backing out entirely, because I do not believe ever in sacrificing yourself for another person. And again, this message comes out. So whoever needs it, again, it's not your responsibility to heal anybody else but yourself, okay? There's got to be an even give and take. How that even give and take is dispersed between particular connections is up to the connection themselves, but there has to be a balance so that there's a flow, there's growth. There's a give and a take. This then lessens the need for dependence or to have those wounds from our childhood, those core wounds, be triggered and come up all the time. I mean, sometimes they happen just out of nowhere. The unconscious mind is a weird and powerful thing, but to be able to be seen, understood, heard, loved, and cared for has to be a two-way street. You have to be willing to give it to yourself as well, to give it to others, and also allow others to give on to you. It's very evident from my clients, from myself, and the way that I used to be. It was really difficult to accept help and love and kindness and compassion and compliments from other people. Learn to accept it as much as you receive it, or as much as you give it, excuse me. It's interesting, I heard my snaps. Spirit, there's nothing else? I heard no. Interesting. Okay. It's 54:54 on my timer. That number stands out to anything. 55 now. So lots of changes in this connection, in yourselves, for you, for this person. So for what it's worth, I hope this reading helps you on your way and everything that is required at this moment in time. Definitely subscribe so you can join in. I am going to be more and more active here on YouTube. I'm loving these pick-a-cards. I really am. I'm loving this new layout here. So I think that's just, it's going to be a much more common thing. I want to really just grow my community more and more at K&M Witchery. I'm ready for it. I hope you are too. So let me know again with a comment if you're open to it. Give it a like if you're a little bit shy. Subscribe again. And if I don't see you in another pile 3, I do hope to see you somewhere else on K&M Witchery, and I just want to thank you for, again, your time, your energy, being open to the messages that were received today, and yeah, that's it for me, y'all. Much love. Peace. Hello. What's up, beautiful pile 4s? Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. We're going to dive into your person's honest thoughts and feelings, what's going on with them, what you need to know at this time, as well as dive in deeper into their mind for some specific channeled messages from them. Of course, given their higher self's permission, anything and whatever it is that you need to know. We are what? We're open. I'm just saying we're welcoming, we're open at the same time, but like, okay. I think welcome and open might actually have something for you, but back to that in a second. We welcome all truths, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the advice, the everything that you need about this connection, okay? I have not channeled any songs, nor nothing, nor movies, no books, nothing for you. Which can only honestly tell me one thing, that those whom have chosen this pile, you guys are in separation. And by separation, I mean capitalized, bolded, underlined, italicized, color graded red font. Like, There is zero contact right now between y'all, okay? So if that part resonates with you, this is your pile. If it doesn't, you guys are in some contact, or like, it would have to be the most minimal and like so spaced out. It's like people even question, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because if you guys are in contact and stuff, that's not your pile. Believe me, the energy is reading completely opposite there. So that's enough of that. Open and welcome. There is a random message just for you, Pile 4, to pursue whatever goal it is that you have. Like if you want to sell a service or a product or an idea, or maybe apply for work. I do feel like it's a lot more self-employment based. Okay, even if it's like, you know, you say you want to open up a bakery one day, but you got to do it out of your kitchen for a while. Like, it doesn't friggin' matter. We all start somewhere, no matter what it is that we do, right? This is right now the time for you to really, truly consider stepping forward into that and taking steps towards opening whatever opportunities welcome you at this point. Like, walk through. The door is open for you to pursue, okay? All right, cool, Pile 4. Now let's dive into your person, shall we? Your person, the person on your mind. See, I'm hearing it's been a while. They seen you recently. You guys either bumped into each other, or maybe they saw you like crossing the street, or there's something about an intersection. Now that could be a metaphor. It could also be something online. But you stunned them. I honestly, I think this is something that you're not well aware of. Like, it's not like you guys didn't just like bump into each other and you did the whole awkward exchange and being like, oh my god, but like also like, wow, but like, you know. No, instead, what occurred was them seeing you, Pile 4, I think they either hid or they, you know, like if they were in a car and they saw you crossing the street a little bit further down, like they're not gonna like yell your name and like, you know, think you're gonna come running down the street and jump into their passenger seat, you know, like it could have been one of those kind of instances. Very interesting that your person is sending me more imagery and like full-on channeled messages from Jump than actually using tarot. But hey, I'll take the messages however which way they come. It's difficult for me to ask you if this part has resonated with you so far, because again, I truly believe, Pile 4, unless they somehow made it clear that they saw you, you're oblivious to this. It could again be online. Maybe they saw something online. Maybe, I don't know, one of you guys unblocked the other or something spontaneously, or someone took a picture of you and it ended up on their friend's feed and they were like, damn, like Pile 4, it's like that now? Like, you're looking great. Like, I think it is more positive. Also a little bit more yearning, but more like curiosity based, you know? Anything else on that front? Guess not. You know what? Let me reposition my camera a little bit because this is bugging me. How, though? This won't do what I need it to do, will it? Nope. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on this. Alright. I think it's a little better for me. Okay. You guys are probably like, what? But my stand, I needed to like, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay. We have the Three of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, I'm hearing keep going. So we're just going to keep pulling until Spirit's like, all right, we have the Three of Pentacles. High Priestess, the bottom of the deck. What fell on the floor was the Seven of Cups in reverse. We have Temperance, and then we have the Ace of Wands, which notably fell right there. Okay. Well, talk about lighting a fire onto this wand here, right? If we have the Ace of Wands falling onto this Page of Wands, you've definitely ignited their wand. Hopefully maybe see a doctor if anything, but as a metaphor, it's actually quite beautiful. Pardon my sense of humor, but all right, moving along. So fam, my loves, let's straighten this out. That's a lot better. Okay. I don't know, my precision and like particular. Oh, Mercury retrograde, you are so annoying. Everything that I'm really like particular about and like perfective about is just coming out. It's annoying. Maybe this person is like this. Maybe they're really meticulous. That's the word I was hoping for. Anyways, hopefully that's an identifier for you in some form or fashion. How they think and feel about you. What's going on with them? Well, they're definitely holding back and hiding their true intentions, okay? It's clear that something, again, I think this is that encounter when they just randomly saw you somewhere. There's a visual of you just living your life completely oblivious to their existence that shocked them to their core. It's almost like, wow, like you're going on without me like that. And the Nine of Swords energy, it definitely kept them up for a little while. Maybe still until this day, considering my intention is to pull for the right heres and nows. But of course, y'all remember this is a general reading, so if you ever want something precise and concise, knmwitchery.com is the only place you could ever book with me, all right? No matter what else you see online, that's the only place. knmwitchery.com. Yeah, them seeing you like in this Nine of Pentacles energy, you just living your best life. You could be single right now. It's very interesting because then I immediately got pulled here to the Temperance card, and it's like Spirit had given this little glimpse into your life right now as like a gift to them. I don't know how that particular sentence makes sense, but you'll let me know. And what I enjoy about the Seven of Cups in reverse is they're really certain about you. It's very interesting. I will say this, they're a very grounded individual who is definitely someone who, well, I'd like to say maybe they're like a supervisor or a manager or a leader of some sorts, or they just have a lot of really great teaching and I just want to say like vocal abilities. Like they're a really great talker. I think that they're very charming, I would say. And or they think you that way as well. I just heard mirror. Okay, so you're both like this. I heard And what's very interesting is now I'm getting pulled to this little dude over here, into that Three of Pentacles energy. So they could be watching you teach the collective or raise a family or live your life. I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing personally. But they're watching you do that again to like such a optimal degree. I definitely think that they like what they're seeing. They're just curious by it, because it's like, wow, I think they're also realizing just how similar you really are. You guys are like, whoa. Ugh. Sorry, guys. You guys are like two sides of the same coin. I think that's something that they've really realized about you. While they're also reminiscent about you, I don't really want to say that they're too deep in their feelings. Also, because this person is definitely much more of an intellectualizer. The Three of Swords energy here too. I mean, Three of Swords talks about a lot of that deep emotional pain, but Swords energy is still intellect. It's still our thoughts. So while they're constantly thinking perhaps about maybe their perceived failures about this connection, or shortcomings, or hurt, maybe you guys hurt them, they hurt you, maybe a combination of both, right? Again, I heard mirror again. So they're well aware. Oh my God, Mercury retrograde. It happens every damn time. I like just start stuttering, or like saying words are weird, and just whatever. That self little critic is coming out. This person is definitely self-critical. That's what I'm saying. They're very much deep in their mental body. I'm not really a fan of this energy because I feel very self-critical, and I usually offer myself a lot more grace these days. So like, your person's energy is very like sharp, I want to say. But they're very much observant right now as well. Definitely, again, no contact. No contact at all. Curious about you. I think you are both in a very different ways picking up each other's energy. And by very different ways is not to say that this individual isn't intuitive. It's that they're so highly intellectual that they require proof, I guess, of your feelings for them, of your interest in them, of your curiosity in them and stuff. But what they're seeing right now is you carrying on with your merry little life without a single care about them. And they love it. Like, they love that you can be your own person. They love that you have your own hobbies, but like they're watching you from a distance. Everything is from a distance that I'm picking up now. You sparked something, all right. And again, there's the surety about you, and it kind of keeps them up lately. But again, it's up in their thoughts. Not a single cup in this spread, other than the Seven of Cups, which is already in reverse. And Seven of Cups energy is usually depicted by a lot of confusion that ends up in some form of emotional discomfort. But the emotional discomfort part isn't quite there. Which it is a good thing. It could mean that they just feel really comfortable with you. I am feeling more playful energy, but again, they're keeping a distance and they're observing. They're really thinking about you more than they're ever showing, especially if they haven't spoken to you guys in a while. I'm genuinely feeling like this has been a long time disconnection. You yourself define what long time is for you, but I'm going to say at least a minimum of 6 months. Like, y'all have not, you just have not, okay? And I mean minimum. Like, this, it could go on to a decade plus, for all I know. And yes, people can still sit there and think about people 9 years later, 20 years later, and wonder, what if, and all of that. Yep. It's some of the most beautiful poetry I've ever heard, but it's still very sad to experience. So, I mean, for what it's worth, if they're thinking about you after all this time, and you're thinking about them, and both of you are still, you know, I guess, available. I personally wouldn't meddle in like marriages or anything, but hey, y'all do whatever the heck you want to do with yourselves and your lives. I would reach out. I'd say, hey, because you never want to let a moment pass you by. Y'all, as a psychic medium, the stuff, the regrets, the heartaches, the wishes for do-overs that those whom have passed on share is, it's motivating. It's motivating to make me want to live my best life and just take risks. And like the worst things is like they quote unquote fail, you know, but rejection is protection, whichever way you want to look at it. And, you know, we got to detach from particular outcomes, and maybe that's kind of what it is that they've done too. Maybe they're so logical based that they're like, well, if Pile 4 doesn't, you know, see me, or if they're doing well, like they're still quite observant and curious about you. I'll say that much. But like, they've detached from whether or not you guys will see each other again or be together again. But again, like there's a curiosity and there's like respect factor and there's a wonder, like a what if things would have been different all of those years ago, how different would my life be right now? If we didn't say all of those things, if we didn't do all of those things, if we weren't so young and immature and met the right love at the wrong time, quote unquote, how different would it be right now? There's a lot of pondering. There's a lot of what ifs energies. Yep. Well, what's nice is your person's at least talkative. When people are this high in their mental body, it's easier to read. I need more balance. Yes, you do. I would agree with that, because this person is just so highly into their mental body. They might like work out a lot too, because they're very conscious based. They're very logical based, right? And that part is the logical mind as well as the physical body, right? It's the tangible. It's the things that we can make sense of, the things that we can recall or create facts out of, or at least hypothesize on, you know, like it's more tangible in that practice. Whereas the unconscious mind, the intuition, the spiritual body, the emotions, that's all unconscious based. They're not there. They don't live in this part of their existence. And so that's where I'm like picking this up, where it's like, yeah, some more balance would be great if they could maybe jump into their emotions. But again, I also really want to consistently keep reiterating that enough time has passed, I believe, between y'all that the heartache is there, don't get me wrong, but they're not aching. They're perceiving the heartache, if that makes sense. They're not actually expressing or experiencing it. I mean, we'll see what else comes up. Maybe they will. Time to ground yourself. Yep. And get back into your body. They're very much floating above themselves. And that's not to say that they don't believe that they're not rooted in themselves, but to be truly grounded and rooted in ourselves means accepting all aspects of ourselves, which includes the emotional, which includes the shadow, the parts that we don't allow ourselves to constantly see, right? This person, and I'm not like judging their way of like processing life or anything. This is actually a very common way that most people choose to go about understanding their lives and all of that, right? It's not to say that this person isn't like woke or whatever verbiage. What cards are these? Wrongful advice. I know you from somewhere. Interesting. What else? You make my heart full. That's cute. But yeah, they're just very mental body focused and based. I mean, even with like the blues that are coming out here, right? Like that's throat chakra. So great talker, great communicator, great thinker, not really great in expressing themselves emotionally. So I don't know if y'all have like been hopeful of this from them, but like maybe something that you guys need to hear right now, especially if you've been with this person in the past or you have some form of history. I would assume so for this to be coming out, right? And y'all still being here. They may not have ever known how to express their love for you, or at least their appreciation and their like admiration and respect for you in an emotional, maybe even like physical touch kind. Like they maybe they never knew how to like really cuddle you in, or maybe they would tell you they love you, but they wouldn't know how to show you. Like they weren't very emotionally expressive, or like maybe physical touch to like a certain extent. Like they don't like cuddling, maybe, you know what I mean? And they didn't express love to you the way that maybe you did or felt open to, or maybe they were uncomfortable with some of those. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because it's very difficult for me to put into words the discomfort that this person is unable to put into words. Like being in their energy is, I mean, it's interesting for me because I'm very much emotional body based. Oh my goodness. I lead with that unconscious. Yep. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Got one of those soda stream thingies. Get some bubbly water. Nom nom. All right. I think they could have received some wrongful advice, or because they're unable to really fully process emotions, they may have maybe improperly translated how it is that they were feeling, right? Because a lot of times emotions are unconscious based, as I mentioned, right? So like they're not logical. They're tied to our nervous system. They're tied to parts of ourselves, to parts of our bodies, and moments in time where our body, our souls, our beings just we remember something. If those of y'all who have CPTSD will understand. But it doesn't take much to kind of just trigger you or remind you of a pattern that would cause you so much emotional turmoil that you could just experience this influx of emotion at any time and feel crazy for it, right? But sometimes we're not meant to know why. Sometimes we're just meant to allow the experience of the emotion to just be, to come and flow, like come and go, you know? And that maybe like your emotions translated differently to them because it made you more erratic to them, or it made you perhaps, maybe not to hurt anybody's feelings, but I gotta, you know, if we're gonna be honest about what's coming out, maybe they thought you were really like naive or not as intelligent, for example, right? Because which is ridiculous in my personal opinion. I believe I'm quite intelligent myself, and I'm very emotional, and I would say that a higher willingness to express your emotions is a display of higher form of intelligence, because to be able to empathically connect with people and gauge a different sense of understanding through their perception, through their pains, through their experiences, comparing them to your own in a way, but through a lens of connection, is a very powerful thing. Takes a lot of mental work to do that and process through that very quickly. But this person, once upon a time, this is, you know, I would say that this is more so a realization right now of the wrongful perception that they had of you in the past. Is that making sense, pile 4? Thank you. Please like and comment if you guys have any resonances. I love hearing from y'all. And just remember to subscribe, please. I'm going to be much more active on YouTube with a lot more of these pick a cards and such. So if you've been enjoying it so far, I hope you can help me help y'all. We can grow the community and we can have some fun. I don't know. I love doing this. Okay. I know you from somewhere is very interesting because there's something different about one or both of you, which I'm going to assume both of you, I hope. But who knows? You know. Where it's almost like unrecognizable in a way. Again, I think that once upon a time, hypothetically here, and maybe this is like exactly to your situation, but maybe you were once very insecure. very erratically emotional. Like you couldn't really understand the cause for your emotions so much, so you allow them to lead you. And maybe you didn't have that greater sense of control over yourself, so you made like poor decisions and such for yourself, right? But now, fast forward, you are more confident in your self-expression. You walk with your head held high. You don't really care what other people think about you because you're just out here living your life. Like, I feel that you've sensed, excuse me, I feel that you have since dove into and opened up more towards your authentic form of expression, pile 4. However it is that resonates for you in whichever degree and way, that it's almost like, it's like, do I know you? Like, there's bits of you that I recognize, but like, you're different. Like, something's changed, you know? And, or they might also be like, well, will pile 4 even care to consider me? Will they even remember me? Like, it's very interesting because they think of you fondly, again, with some perceived heartache. We can't just pretend that doesn't exist, but, they're quite pleased with you and your ability to, I guess, just shine or something. And you've ignited more thoughts about you just by existing. Fascinating. Is there anything more that we can grab it? Like, I feel like the cadence to your reading, Pile 4, is a little bit different than the others. Not that I care. But which deck can we use now? What more information can we use? We're gonna go for you. What does Pile 4 need to know? What do they want to tell Pile 4? I think we're going to start into channeled messages shortly after I pull a couple cards. Oh, which we just did. Perfect. Let me just put these cards away. Ugh. All right, ready, guys? Oh, okay. So we have Secret and we have Victory. The name Victor comes into mind for some reason. Well, I guess some reason is literally victory. Or like Victoria, Vicky. Vitor? I'm sorry. This is a different name that I haven't heard of. Came through as well. Vitor or something like that. Like it's like an accent. Vitor. I don't know. Any hoosers. Moving right along respectfully, of course. Secret and Victory. Well, since it's so much of a secret, what the heck is it? I don't know. I'm kind of stumped. I'm not going to lie to y'all, Soul Fam. So let's actually dive into the channel messages because I think that might actually make sense of these two cards. So that's what we've been doing right now. Wow, wow. All right. No, we're going to do this and this. And I think we're going to pull from you. Okay. You know what? You're going to go here. I got to move all of this. Less distraction, energetically speaking. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's okay. Just let me organize my shit. All right. I hope our paths cross. Are you kidding me? Did I not talk about an intersection and all of that? I'm stuck. I heard no, but you, yes. Okay. I'm trying my best. Give me space. I'm too insecure. Interesting. Like a swap of energy now. Like your confidence in yourself just made this person go, oh, but wait. So what am I missing? If the soul fam, pile fours, have been able to embrace the aspects of themselves that I had once misconstrued as lesser than, and here they are beaming, gleaming, scheming, doing all of this wonderful stuff, living their best life and glowing. Like, what am I missing? What do I gotta do? Interesting. Very interesting. I remember. Am I enough? Ooh, you sparked some insecurities in this individual. Time will tell. Yeah, sure will. What else we got? What does pile four's person want to tell them? Anything is possible. Taking accountability. We'd love to see it. The reminders are everywhere. Wow, like this person's real. Oh, hold on. I'm in love. Hello? Okay. The bottom of the deck we have don't go. Fascinating. Just trying to level this out for y'all a little bit. Okay, whatever, you see it. Channeled messages from your person to you. You are everywhere. Sometimes this person thinks that they see you. It's interesting, since seeing you somewhere, anywhere, wherever it was, they look for you everywhere. But what's funny is I'm also noticing a little secret of theirs. They've been looking for you. They've been looking out for you so much, Pile 4, that finally when they did see you and they did that double take that usually wipes the mirage away, you were still there. They saw you and you looked beautiful, different. And it made them wonder how you transformed the way that you have. I'm hearing you won. This victory card, the star is for you, Pal 4. You won. You won the glow up. If this was a breakup and they saw you, they were like, damn, I lost that? Sheesh. The silence will remain, but the memory of you replays consistently. They're stuck playing the same songs, reminiscing about the same times and memories. You're their best kept secret. They think about you here and there. Right before they go to sleep, they wonder, how's Pal 4 doing? How are you doing? Are they even thinking of me back? And if they are, what are they thinking? Remembering this energy, this person of yours is much more logical based, so they're not going to sit here and dream of specificities. They're okay to let things be as they are. Time will tell. If you are meant to be together, you will be. They're very detached from that deeply rooted, more emotional connection. Like, I wouldn't ever believe that they would describe your connection as like an energetic cord or using that, right? But there is still something about you that keeps them very stuck on the thoughts of you. They saw you somewhere and it reminded them of a future you once promised each other, and now they have to take accountability for their actions, for their silence. They ask for space and yet they don't want you to go. Like they want you to choose them without losing yourself in them. But also because they don't know if they'd be able to be the vessel that you need. Because they look at you as someone whom has mastered an aspect of their human self, their emotions, their intuition, their confidence and being, and a free spirit. It's like you're the part of themselves that they can never achieve for themselves. At least they haven't yet. So of course they're insecure. If all they have to offer you is logic, a grounded perspective, what would you need them for? Are they even enough for you? What could they possibly give you that you haven't already embodied yourself? That's very intimidating to a lot of people. They don't know what to do with that when you're actually truly happy and content with yourself. To a realistic degree, of course, we all go through waves. But your ability to handle those waves, to get through and shine even better than the last time, like you're constantly glowing up. It is one win after another that this person has witnessed you go through time and time and time again. It's like the moment that they think they met you at your level, you are just rocket to the moon and beyond. Buzz Lightyear. You're just constantly going. They want to win you, but they don't know how. It's like, I kind of want to say that you're like their trophy in a way, but without ever objectifying you. Because they're not objectifying you. They're actually like enamored by your ability to be more human than them in a way. It's very fascinating. They're in love, at least how they perceive love, because you are so stuck and glued onto their mind. That's how they perceive the love, is that they can't stop thinking about you. But without too much of the delusion, which is also refreshing. Whew, gotta be careful when we start becoming obsessed or getting stuck into some limerence or, you know, fantasies that have you visualize a future more than you are actually living in your present. People think that we always get stuck on the past, but we can get stuck on the future too. And it's like, what are we doing with this moment here and now? This person, well, they're trying their best, going about their day, going about their life, but I think they're missing some form of excitement. This person, I believe, is capable of feeling, they just don't think that emotions are safe, for whatever reason that might be. They admire you. They hope maybe they would get another chance with you, even just to talk to you, to connect with you. They remember the most subtle things about you that might honestly even surprise you. But then again, this person takes in everything. Their mind is just constantly running. They're observing everything. It's like they have like this photographic memory, and every detail of you, every freckle, every scent, every time your hair would blow in the wind in a particular way, or the way that you would smile or laugh at the most uncomfortable moments, the way that you would just exist and take in life fully, emotionally, presently. It's like the most beautiful thing they ever had to let go. And they want to see the world like you see the world, but only time will tell if they'd ever get to that point. And so they look for you everywhere, just to get as close as possible as they can to feel something. Damn. Can we get snaps for the poetry on the fly? Maybe this person is a poet. Maybe they know it. Maybe they don't. Maybe they ought to. If they're that good with words, they ought to put it on paper. Maybe that's the way that they ought to express their emotional self. I don't know. But I'm gonna close this off just for my own emotional sake, because that was very intense. Are you guys okay? Did you like that so far? Whew. Pile 4, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're going to have a bit of a shorter reading than anybody else, but I do welcome you to check out another pile or any other reading on my page. Don't go just yet, though. Get over here. We're going to close off with some advice for you, okay? Advice for pile 4, please. Does your person want to share anything further? I heard that'd be all. Okay. So then, great. Advice for the soul fam, whatever it is that they need to hear, please. We have the King of Cups, the Emperor. Wow. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Magician. Okay. But, oh, you do have the Page of Wands again. We're going to keep them out there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. And we're going to zoom in. And then we're gonna do this. And then we're going to do this. Okay. Hopefully you can see this well enough, soul fam. All right. The energies. Whew. Wow, soul fam. My right ear just itched. For whoever needed that superstition or something. I don't know. That was for one of you at least. Okay, so going from the King of Cups over to the Emperor is showing a mastery when it comes to your emotional intelligence, your ability to be embodied, to stay calm during chaos, to be able to also embody really difficult tides and turn them into, well, gold, since there's so much gold depicted in your spread right now. You have a really beautiful ability to actually find the light in people's darkness, because emotions are incredibly unconscious based, right? You ought to maybe look into how it is to help people heal emotionally without ever, by the way, just a tidbit, you can never embody somebody else's emotions and process them for them, their pain, none of that, okay? You can, though, guide somebody into doing that. That is the most realistic and safest way to heal others as well as yourself, right? By casting the right protection on yourself and your own experiences as well as theirs, and working together. Holding space does not mean encompassing and embodying and doing the work for someone else, okay? So whoever needed that, cut it out, okay? You cannot help other people who are unwilling to help themselves, and you can guide people. Like, that is incredibly impactful, because then, hey, you know what? They're able to do that without your help later too. And that, to me, is the way that I teach my clients to heal, to progress, to follow their intuition, etc., is for them to not be dependent on me. Because if I'm ever unavailable or booked up or feeling unwell myself, or I'm on vacation somewhere and you can't reach me, I want you to be able to recall the steps that you have been taught, actively practice with me, to help regulate and make yourself feel better. You have this ability, Pal 4, to be able to give people this sense of clarity, this sense of emotional awareness and integrity and acceptance and peace. You can help calm people's anxieties and turn them into manifestations. How to be able to transform and transmute and alchemize emotional energy into a form of creation, into a form of manifestation, into a form of allowing yourself to learn, first of all, because we really have to learn how to do this first before we're able to do it more in flow, but to listen to our intuition and go wherever it is that our intuition is guiding us to go, even if it frightens us. I will be here for a gazillion hours telling y'all about all of the different things that Spirit had prompted me to do that I didn't want to do, I was terrified to do, and all of that, and it only led me down a better path of growth and everything. Like, it changed. I'm on like my 5th life right now, bro. Like, I don't know, this whole like, oh, I'm too tired to change. It's like, what? Like, I've lived all over the world at this point. Like, well, okay, boost, but like, you know what I'm saying, okay? Your life can change, and you can change other people's lives too. And I think that for so long in society and everything, emotions were deemed as such a weakness. So I'm not even surprised that your person, or honestly, I think that was just a reflection of kind of a lot of people in your life. Let's be honest here, Pile 4, we're going to call a spade a spade. You were probably commonly misunderstood and deemed as something crazy or immature or like too emotional or too much. And it's like, you weren't too much. You were just able to hold a lot more than people ever would. Like, your ability to hold space, to hold emotion, to hold raw connection and authenticity was too large. People drowned in it. Like, they could not hold what you're capable of holding. And so they minimized your energy to the best of their capability to gain a sense of control. And you can still drown them if they must. Like, I mean, teach them how to breathe, I guess, if they even want to learn. Or they can just, like, hate you from outside the club. Like, I don't know. But, like, you're in this Emperor energy right now, Pal 4, for a damn reason. And going to the very, very beginning of this reading, when I heard open and welcome, it's if you have this inkling to honestly want to become a teacher, become a guide, to do whatever. Honestly, it could be anything from art to business to, I don't care. I don't even know. The world is yours. Whatever it is that you want to create, this Page of Wands energy is here alongside the Emperor and the Magician for you to bring it to life, because it will impact so many friggin' people. I think you're going to be in for a very, very pleasant surprise, Pal 4, should you recognize the power, the strength, the just the authenticity and like the surprising, like, if you really just surprise people, you are not what people expect. What a beautiful opportunity for you to teach people to embody more of their truest essence too. Or whatever it is that you really want to do. But however it is that you're going to do it, you're going to do it so well. So well. And I think it's going to bring so much more peace to other people's lives and your own. So do with that information what it is that you will. I did hear my snaps. So again, I do apologize. Yours is a little bit shorter here, but I have kind of just like removed my perfectionism requirement to have everybody have like the same length type of reading and stuff. I just let everything emotionally interesting. I meant to say intuitively flow, but there's that too. But your person was just so in their head and so willing to talk that I guess it just flowed through very quickly compared. So either way, I do hope that this message helped. Please let me know again in the comments below, or just give it a like if you're a little shy. I will totally feel your vibration, your messages through that way too. Remember to please subscribe, join the tribe. And if I don't see you in another pile, I do hope to see you in another reading. Thank you again for being here. Hope it helped. Much love. Mwah. Peace.